Welcome back to the Eastern Oval for the second elimination final. It is, of course, Sebastopol hosting North Ballarat, and all the vision today brought to you proudly by Red Onion and streaming live on the Clutch app TV this afternoon. Todd, players are in position. We are in position here in the commentary box, and it looks like Sebastopol have won the toss. So we can kick to the left of screen. So one little win there for Captain Tony Lockie to kick things off here. But we're ready to go, and to get us going here at the Eastern Oval will be Todd Whelan.
The number one hit-out ruckman in the competition, Cam McCallum, and the returning Richards. We'll give that one to Richards, ball at ground level. Muddy centre, McCartan, quick hands, got it to Polkinghorn. Hurried right foot kick, quick on the back of 5 goals last week. Good touch below the knees, dribbles the ball forward in the Chatfield direction. Just pushed his opponent over the boundary line in the end, lucky to get away with that. There'll be a boundary throw-in, right forward pocket, about 20 metres around from the North Ballarat goal.
Looks like O'Keefe's got the matchup once again with Chatfield. A close one to watch this afternoon in the box. Back underway again. Richards getting hands on this one. Quick kick from Veal. Will fall just inside 50 for Hill to deal with. Sweeps the ball at the back and finds Austin. Long measured pass down the line. Hobbs in the best position though. Worked hard underneath the footy. Took the mark. Quick give off to the captain McCartan. Sends it inside 50 and Loveson on the move. Takes the mark. And he'll line up directly in front from about 45 metres out.
Kicked a couple of goals last week, Polkinghorn. He'll have another shot on goal here from about 45 metres out. And he's just a classic accumulator, Polkinghorn, and did kick a couple against the Devils in the round 18 home and away clash, and a chance for the first score of the afternoon. Polkinghorn, a stellar season last year. Bit of an indifferent season this year, but a shot on goal is off to the left for a minor score. So first blood to North Ballarat, albeit a minor. They're one behind. They lead Sebastopol, no score. A minute and a half gone opening term.
As always, looks like Lockyer will do the kicking in duties. Just peel out to the right, and long ball down the middle just about. Nice kick and presentation by Keeble. Couldn't hold on. Maybe got one in the back. Could open the door here for Spears to send the ball inside 50, but corralled nicely via Sebastopol to lock things up with their true centre-half back position.
Every bit of a push on Keeble there, I thought, Sammy.
Yeah, just late at the end, maybe the two hands and extension. Umpires normally like to pick those ones out as McCallum knocked it down. Spears from outside 50 sends a long ball towards the goal face. It's offline. O'Keefe tracking back, and in the end, it was scraped through for a minor score. 2 behinds. North Ballarat lead in the opening couple of minutes here at the Eastern Oval.
Nervous start for the Borough. North Ballarat with all of the ball in their front half in these opening couple of minutes. It'll be the evergreen Tony Lockyer to bring the ball back into play. He'll go out of side of the ground, runs his full measure. Arts, Corral did well, forced Lockyer to go by hand. Now foot towards Cassidy with an early touch. Plays on, goes looking towards Veal. Ran onto the football, ran past it in the end. Hot footy here, opportunity for Keel. He's bailed up, tackled, taken to the ground by Ryan Polkinghorn. And the umpire will come in and effect a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing, out of side of the ground for North Ballarat.
Just need to settle some possession here, Sebastopol. A bit panicky coming out defence, not their usual calm, collected self. As we're back underway here, Richards started well with the knockdown, but straight to McCartan on this occasion, and North Ballarat through the outside, get it to Rining. Nice smothered by O'Shea, though. We'll see that out of play.
Couple of redheads combining there, albeit on opposing sides, O'Shea and Riding.
And that's what we talked about a little bit before the game, Todd. There's those little things there, they're smothered by O'Shea, just stifling the attack for North Ballarat, and now an opportunity to settle on centre wing on the outside.
Boundary throw in. Tap won by Richards, knocks it to his own advantage. Started well, the big fella. Right foot kick in the direction there of Keeble, comes out and takes a mark. 55 metres out from goal. Way up the options. Sends it towards the top of the square, looking towards Austin. Goes the spoil. Grand ball opportunity here. Lost. Might have caught one high. Umpire didn't see it. Called play on. Letting it go. Cassidy. Quick hands to dumb it across the body. Smother was terrific from McCartan. Spears the tackle. Slung his opponent to the ground to get pinged for that. Be a free kick to Sebastopol. And the heat on with that Spears tackle.
Yeah, well called there, Toddy. And just, ferocious at the contest. That's what you want to see if you're a North Ballarat fan this afternoon here. But unfortunately, maybe just a little bit overzealous, and that dumping tackle. And Richards, well, he's the pick of the players in the opening couple of minutes here. He's been super in the ruck and can give the Borough, after a shaky start, some settling confidence here from directly in front, about 50-50 from goal.
So his kicking ability better than I, Sammy. You rate his chances from here?
Well, played some VFL footy early days in the forward line at North Ballarat before coming across to Sebastopol, and this is what he was recruited to do, and Can he show it in front of the big sticks? Richards comes in with the kick. It's away to the right.
Commentators curse, Sammy.
In the end, tried to touch before it went out of the line and could not do so. Out in the full free kick, North Ballarat in the full back position.
So it'll be Loader, goes short by foot, the kick's okay. Hobbs with ball in hand. Those two have combined. Well, they've held up the North Ballarat defence for the most part of the season. Right foot kick, penetrating one, gets beyond half back. The big fella McCallum in front, took it on the second grab. Getting around that big unit, he just wheels onto that right boot, gets the ball beyond centre wing. Chatfield at the back. But good spoil on the football there by O'Keefe. Found the safety of the boundary line. Then we a reset. Attacking side of centre wing, outer side of the ground for North Ballarat.
Yeah, well done by O'Keefe there as well. Just getting across, took a chance. It was do or die sort of situation and got it to ground and out of bounds. Back underway here, defensive side centre wing on the far side of the ground. Quick soccer there towards the boundary line coming from Sebastopol. Just in the end, happy to use the safety of the boundary line. Both sides just feeling themselves out at the moment. I mean, couple of points scored in North Ballarat. Chances are going to be crucial in this contest, we know that. As we'll get back underway again with McCallum and Richards with the story of the day. McCallum this time wins it down. Banbury at the back has O'Shea in support. He just handles over top to a teammate close to the boundary line again. Could have walked over the line, could have the basketball player there, but just decided to take the tackle, and in the end, we get the eventual stoppage that we anticipated on that far side. Virtually opposite from our broadcast position here at the Eastern Oval.
Ball up. Good to see the umpires letting it go early. We've spotted a couple of frees that haven't been identified by the umps, so encouraging final start from the umps as that high left foot kick from O'Shea's been cut off by Hobbs. A noted intercept marker across half back for North Ballarat and has been for some years. He switches play. The kick's good. Finds Nash. He's got Wilson to his outside. Ignores that. Goes forward to Arts. Just takes a nervous grab, but albeit one grab. Goes inside the attacking 50. Shallow entry's been cut off there by Lockyer. So the two gun defenders from each side featuring early. Sammy?
Yes, trying to set the switch here is Lockyer with a long ball cross and finds his man, and Sebastopol can now look to transition through O'Keefe. Hutt on the move. That's what he needs to do when playing Hobbs. Get up the ground, takes the mark. Defensive half back, and a measured 15-metre pass will find its way to Lachlan Cassidy. Well, the reigning Henderson medalist has it. Short ball inboard to Widgery. At his feet, but good gather in the end by Widgery. Gets away, sends it towards the moving man in the inclusion this week in Stowe. He could mark on his chest. North Ballarat able to get it out of bounds, and we'll get a ball in defensive side centre wing for them on the outer side.
How important is it for big men in footy to hang on to an early grab? They're confidence players, and Stowe will be disappointed with that.
Yes, after a week off as well, just want to get an early touch here just to get a bit of confidence back into his game.
Boundary throw in, McCallum knocks it to his feet, looking towards McCartan. Cut off there by Sebas, and 50-50 ball at ground level. Polkinghorn, one of those. There'll be a reset here. Umpire blow the whistle and affect the ball up. Hopefully the players can do us a favour and get some broadcast side vision, Sammy, but it's all on the outer side at the moment. It's McCallum, again at ground level. Stack of players around the football. Cassidy tries to negotiate, did so by hand, got it to Keel. High up and under kick towards half forward. And they're away here, North Ballarat, with a rebound kick. Target there was Perks, couldn't take the mark. Running through there was McCartan, got it back to Perks. Left-hand hand pass was to no one in particular. Reading it well there was Riley Polkinghorn onto his right boot. Goes looking there towards Quick. But it's been cut off there, the mark taken there by Curran, some 45 metres out from goal. And another opportunity here for North Ballarat to hit the scoreboard.
Curran, who came to the side this week, from right on 50, kick will go right to the line. Lockyer in best position though, just gets that handy fist in for a minor score. North Ballarat with all the scoring here, 3 behinds, leads Sebastopol yet to register here at the Eastern Oval.
Both defences holding up early. Of course, they ranked 2 and 3 in the comp for season 2022. And near 9 minutes gone, and just the 3 behinds to North Ballarat on the scoreboard.
Lockyer, again, the captain entrusted with that duty to bring it in. This ball showed a bit towards Crone, but in the end he's able to hold on. Loader arriving late made him earn it. That's what we want to see in big finals games. As Crone now just dumps one down the line. Banbury with best position and did well in the marking contest. Got rid of Nash. Opportunity now to set up Sebastian attack. Inboard kicks a good one. Widgery marks off the Cassidy with the running hand pass. He'll send a long ball towards half forward. Keeble in best position and good jerk shows it there. Takes the mark right on his limit. Looks to pass it off. In the end, dumps a long one home and dumps it through the goals. Sebastopol get your first blood here in the second elimination final. James Keeble with the goal. They lead 1 goal straight, 6 to North Ballarat. The 3 behinds, and could be costly, Todd, in this tight game. A few missed opportunities from North Ballarat. Sebastopol the other end with their first real foray and get it between those two big sticks.
Yeah, it took a bit of class to rise to the top. Speak of Keeble, who's frequented the goal front right throughout season 2022. I think he's up to about 30, Sammy, for the year.
Yeah, you're right. You're correct in that. Exactly, Todd. And 14 games, had an injury interrupted pre-season as well, and he just shows his class every time he's out there fully fit for the Borough.
10 minutes gone opening term. Sebas with the opener through Keeble. There's the ball up, tap one by Richards. Bees to a honeypot at ground level, albeit a muddy one at that. There'll be a reset, a ball up. So Sebastopol 6, lead North Ballarat 3. In the middle of the ground here, tap one by McCallum, set up okay for Spears. Elected to go the socket, Toos in front, couldn't take the mark. Rebound opportunity here for Sebas. Ball goes back into the middle of the ground, and there's McCallum, who didn't really have to move as the ball came back as quick as it went in. Kick smothered, needs to be clean below the knees here. Did all right for a big fella. Got it to Spears. Quick hands to Nash. Normally good by foot. Shallow entry inside 50. He's been cut off by guess who? Tony Lockyer is having an impact early.
And we'll look to transition towards Cassidy on the halfback flank here on the broadcast side. Lockyer's work rate there almost gave an option. Cassidy's kick was pulled in the keel direction. Polkinghorn floated in front of him. And now an opportunity on the turnover for North Ballarat. Inside 50 they go. Nice spot at the back there by O'Keefe to bring the ball to ground. Ball still in dispute. Cassidy tackled there by Arts. A stoppage will be the winner here. Just inside 50. We've played 11 minutes here at the Eastern Oval. So it's the Borough by 3 points.
Ball up, 50 metres away from the North Ballarat goal. Tap one by McCallum, starting to get his fair share of the hit-outs. Averages over 60 a game, does the big man, as Veal's tackle taken to the ground. The umpire in perfect position will come in and effect a ball up. Some 35 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. Good solid crowd in attendance here today, Sammy.
Yeah, a lot of Borough faithful here, of course, to support virtually the home side here. As O'Keefe trying to manufacture a hand pass. Ball alive inside 50 for Quick. Maybe got one in the back. Umpire in best position says no. Was reading to tackle okay. 35 metres out from goal. We'll have a stoppage. Banbury doing the tackling duties on that occasion. Still a chance for North Ballarat to get their first major here. McCallum elects to take out the ruck this time. Spun 360 by Richards. Widgery trying to bust his way through. Was dumped in the tackle. Reward for courage, and a free kick will go the way of Daniel Widgery inside defensive 50 for Sebastopol.
Well, they missed the first one there. McCallum was pinged, but they got the second one. So Widgery will go short to Veal. So he'll negotiate out of the back half by his preferred left foot. Exactly, well, he concedes ground at the end. They go back. Banbury, right foot kick, low bullet. Juggling attempted mark from Curran failed as he went to ground, allowed Austin into the contest. Standing start high up and under kick to half back. There's no one home there for Sebas. Brock Leonard's pushed up, taken a mark, and he'll send North back into attack.
Spearing ball towards that centre forward position. Spears couldn't mark. Widgery again at the forefront. Out to the speedster and Hill. Got a case of the fumbles. Got away with the tackle to O'Shea. And now Sebas can settle. Nice measured pass. Just the required 15 by Branbury to Keeble. Working a long way up the ground. Defensive side, centre wing on the broadcast side. James Keeble with it here. Played 13 minutes. He just loads up a long ball down the line. Stowe arrived late, but well done there by Loader. Just floated across nicely and got good protection off the footy by Hobbs. Short ball's a nice one, and North Ballarat now can build. They have it here, centre wing on the broadcast side. Polkinghorn of the Ryan variety. He just measures to his captain, McCartan. Towards the middle of the ground, finds Jenkins, and Polkinghorn continues to run past, and he'll send it inside 50 with a kick. And again, for the third time, we've called it. Tony Lockyer floating inside with a defensive mark.
The inspirational leader switches play to the outer side of the ground. Kicks okay, finds Austin. So he'll weigh up the options. Goes short, kicks okay. Just a mile away from us here from this broadcast position. But Sebas just bereft of movement at the moment. And they're just much better when they're up and about, Sebas. This slow footy doesn't suit as they go along the line. Loverson couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Stacks on the middle. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up on half forward outer side of the ground for North Ballarat.
Yeah, good assessment there, Todd, about Sebastopol's game style. Just a bit stop-start at the minute. We know with open play, they're quite dynamic when they get their game going with some of those elite players, as the umpires picked out a free kick in the rucking duel. That's going to go the way of Loverson, who can set up North Ballarat once again. Sends a long one inside forward 50, looking for maybe Loader of the back. The little man got up early, but brought to ground by O'Keefe. Good pick up by Cassidy, manufactured handball in their O'Shea direction. Leonard found his teammate for North Ballarat. Dump kick inside 50 is going to be cut off, and you can imagine again, listeners, it's Tony Lockyer playing the gatekeeper, the goalkeeper even, on the goal line, and he'll go short to Banbury inside defensive 50.
I think Lockie's had a couple of favours from North Ballarat actually, but he's just read the play terrifically as they negotiate out of defence to Keel, who went short towards Stowe, couldn't take the mark. Opportunity here for Harvey, whose tackle taken to the ground. But the umpire will come in and effect the ball up right in front of us here in the broadcast position. Live pictures brought to you by Red Onion via the Clutch app this afternoon. Ball at ground level and a reset of sorts. Sebastopol with the opening goal on the 10-minute mark of this opening term through Keeble. North Ballarat been wasteful in their front half with just 3 behinds.
Loverson knocked this one down, polking on, wrapped up by Veal, and they almost seem to be on head-to-head at each other, both very good accumulators and clearance players for their sides respectively. Just keeping a close eye on that one. As Stowe this time just fisted forward into a dangerous spot for maybe O'Shea to run on. Curran got there first. Harvey coming through, wrapped up by a couple of North Ballarat defenders, Carey being one of them. And we'll lock things up. Just the attacking side of centre wing as such here for Sebastopol. They're leading by 3 points here at the Eastern Oval. Stowe and Loverson. Loverson this time knocks it to space. Veal dives on it. Got to be careful. Could be called for hatching that one in, but the umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt on this occasion. And again, another stoppage. It just starts to become a stalemate here, Todd.
Yeah, both sides finding their way. 16 minutes into this opening term. Tap one by Loverson. Chance for Hill. Clever kick with the outside of the right boot. Managed to gain 25 metres for his side. Carey with courage. Went back. Couldn't take the mark. Ball spilled free at ground level. And the umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up. Yeah, stalemate of sorts, an arm wrestle, take your pick. 16 and a half minutes gone opening term. Tap one by Loverson, knocked off the football. Keel was by McCartan, that was good. He got it to Carey, found Polkinghorn, who went up, square, he kicked a half forward. Quick, the target went over his head. Chance here for True. Quick hands by Lockie was okay. And they'll rebound again, Sebastopol. Hill went for the grab, but the ball was knocked away there by Jenkins. Effective's ball found the boundary line right in front of us here, attacking side of centre wing.
A couple of nervy moments there from Stowe. Probably looked, him and Hill didn't quite communicate that one as they would have liked. Now he's got a big job in the right against McCallum, who got his hands on it early. Toos left it for McCartan. Had Keeble bearing down, ball in dispute towards centre forward, riding. Has been at his brilliant best in the opening minutes here. There's O'Keefe. Got out the back towards O'Shea. Dribbling ball to a vacant centre wing on the outside. Hutt will get there first. Nash trails him. Hutt broke the tackle. Sent the kick down the line. Separation again. Keeble takes the mark and he's able to move it on quickly. We had a loose man in Medwell. He loves to run. Pulls the kick on the lead to Paps. Couldn't take the mark down low. Keeps it alive from the boundary. Right foot snap was always going to be near side from there. And it's a minor for Sebastopol. 1-1-7 they move to, leading North Ballarat the 3 behinds here at the Eastern Oval.
Caught it well, Sammy. As we approach time on in this opening term here, both sides still finding their way. Sebas with the only goal of the afternoon. As the ball comes back into play. Excellent kick out of defence. Got it beyond the defensive 50. Ball spills at ground level. Chance for O'Shea to send the ball back into attack. Keel in a one-on-one. Got it. Keel's taken the mark. Just outpointed McCartan on that occasion. Just nudged him under the football all class. And Keel will go back and have a shot on goal to get some, well, a chance at a game-high 10-point lead.
Yeah, had him cold there, did he, Todd? I mean, not a place that Simon McCartan wants to be, and Keel just always was too big, too strong for that contest. And you know, he's only played 4 games of footy this year, been hampered through injury. Really 3 when you take that he got injured in round 1 the opening couple of minutes. So just starting to find his feet. Had a suspension in there as well. But this is an opportunity to make a big statement in the finals. Luke Keel directly in front, comes in with a kick and hits the woodwork, just clipped it on the inside. Minor score once again. It's now 1-2-8 Sebastopol leading North Ballarat the 3 behinds. So
it'll be loaded to bring the ball back into play. He'll do us all a favour and come broadcast side. Lowers the vision, goes looking forward. Bromley Lynch, who marks on the defensive 50. In front of Keel. So again, stagnant along the line. Bit of an errant kick, lucky to stay in the end. Loader got a piece of the ball, kept it in. Leonard's quick hands went to Carey. His hair pass was smothered by True, allowed Cassidy into the contest. Might have been pushed. Umpire said no. Chance for Keeble. But he couldn't find Hutt. But found the boundary line nonetheless. So there'll be a boundary throw-in on half-forward broadcast side for Sebastopol, who lead by 5 points. Near 20 minutes gone opening term.
McCallum and Richards will continue that battle that we've been keeping an eye on this afternoon. McCallum just working his way into the contest, knocks it down to McCartan. Key will try to extract. Leonard stole it from him, dumps it down the line. Loader got rid of Snowden. Umpire's picked out a free kick, a hold against Snowden, and a free kick will go the way of Fletcher Loader. He'll be able to load up North Ballarat again into attack. Attacking side of centre wing here on the broadcast side. The little 25 sends a long one inside 450. Maybe looking for a high fly and quick. Couldn't quite bring it down the marking contest. Polkinghorn dives in trying to shove at the hand pass, but it's ill-directed. True, wrapped up by Arts. We'll get a stoppage here about 45 from goal. Sebastopol's defence holding up here, Todd, especially when the ball is going long and high inside forward 50.
Yeah, Lockie is really patrolling the troops in Sebastopol's back half. There's the ball up. Tap one by the Borough as far as Cassidy, but plays in from everywhere. Dozen or so around the footy. Can't mention them all, so I won't mention any. 45 metres out from goal. North Ballarat into attack. McCallum, wild swing at the football, just brushed the knuckles and just fell at his feet. To those swarm of players we speak about, hurried kick out of the congestion from Cassidy. Only as far as Hobbs, who presented well. Went searching for Nash, but Medwell was clever, just gathered, but his hair pass let him down. Chance here for Arts, dumped as he kicked. Bit of physicality coming into the game as he got the ball inside 50. Lockie is bailed up and thrown over the boundary line, really. There'll be a throw in some 35 to 40 metres around from North Ballarat's goal. 21 and a half minutes gone here. Eastern Oval, elimination final 2. Sebastopol 8, lead North Ballarat 3.
Back underway here, with McCallum taking front position. Just knocked it down to a neutral area. Cassidy had knocked off it by Polkinghorn. Just trying to impose himself around the contest there, but going nowhere. Nice tackle by Sebast to hold him up. They lead by 5 points, as we just mentioned here, at the Eastern Oval. And we're back underway again. Big fist by McCallum this time, opening the area. Quick, couldn't quite gather, gets a second chance. Goes to his left side and was partially smothered. Umpire said didn't get a bootlace on. It's a free kick. Again, Cassidy rewarded for a good tackle.
Yep, he squared the ledger with McCartan in the second half of this opening term. Both have featured prominently with ball in hand. As Hutt goes along the line, went looking towards Paps, who couldn't take the mark, went through his hands. Austin, normally clean, just shovels it out, only as far as Curran. Loose ball here, presenting. Coming out well there was Ryan Polkinghorn. Ball spills free, chance here for Austin. He was second to it. Leonard was first. Just stood up in the tackle and broke it. Did well, but his hair pass put about a Loader under the pump. He's tackled. The ball spilled free. Went to ground. And the umpire's forced to come in and effect a ball up. True centre wing broadcast side here. Near 23 minutes gone. Sebastopol 8 and North Ballarat 3.
Hot footy at the moment here, Todd. Neither side giving each other an inch. As we're back underway with McCallum winging this down. Riding up to the contest, couldn't get there. O'Keefe on hands and knees, shoveled it a hand pass forward more than anything. Crunching contest between Bromley Lynch and Dummett as the ball spills free again for Sebast just to shovel it forward. Operation at the minute, just get it forward at all costs. They've infringed though through Medwell. And now North Ballarat can reassess from half back through Polkinghorn of the Ryan variety, and he just goes short and, well, dropping the mark. And now caught the go is Curran. He's got a problem this week's inclusion. Might be cut off here by Hill. Slapped it forward in hope more than anything. Loader, he got across. Curran makes amends. Off to Riding at centre half back. Dumps the ball out to a vacant centre wing on the other side. Foot race on. Perks and Lockyer. Lockyer gets there first. Wasn't pushed in the back, set the umpire. Now maybe opportunity for North Ballarat to send it on tag. Dragging it in was Lockyer from a long way off the footy. Umpire in best positions didn't see it that way though. And as they continue to do, Todd, they just say we'll ball it up and keep it pretty neutral here.
It's not the only low-scoring game going on around the region in the Ballarat Football Netball League today. Ballarat 8, lead Melton, no score. There's the ball up Tap won by Richards. Went to centre wing as far as O'Shea. Cassidy, quick hands towards Keel, who just knocked it forward, hopeful rather than anything else, to Harvey. Kick across the body, going about 35 metres for his side. Territory kick in the old-fashioned sense. And there'll be a boundary throw-in right in front of the scoreboard here that reads Sebastopol 8, North Ballarat 3. James Keeble, the only goal scorer of the afternoon, 10 minutes in. Arm wrestle of sorts going on right in front of us here at Eastern Oval. Tap one by Richards. Again, stalemate, repeat stoppage. So the umpires have had a fair bit of the ball in this opening term, Semi.
And going into this game, the more contested it was, I think would have favoured North Ballarat. I think this is the way they want to play this afternoon here at the Eastern Oval. As neither ruckman really touch it as the ball comes at the back. Opportunity for Polkinghorn just to dump it out of the fence. Running under this one here was Toos, ever lively. Hand pass inside was a good one, found Curran. Now Spears on the overlap, and North Ballarat can use the middle of the Eastern Oval to their advantage. Back towards Curran, and towards centre forward Loverson. Not going to be paid the mark. Good tackle by Snowden. Kept the ball in dispute, and now O'Shea cuts it off. Dumps a long one out to a vacant wing on the outside. It will favour Keel. If it could just sit up for him, he can get away from McCallum, and it does. Now Luke Keel spears the pass down the line, finds Medwell up to present. Back in the side. This majority of the season through injury. Trying to be a key reason for Sebastopol to go deep in September. Dumps it in the pocket looking for Stowe. Hobbs said he was being held. Nevertheless, he was able to get a little hand on it out of bounds. And Sebastopol can lock it inside their forward 50. 25 and a half minutes gone here. They lead 1-8 to North Ballarat's 3 behinds.
Yeah, low scoring affair deep in time on. An opportunity here for the Borough to add to their score here. They're deep into attack. McCallum won that tap. Ball at ground level. Harbour went crashing through, got dispossessed. Lotus hurry left foot kick, only went as far as O'Shea, who went by hand to Hill. Squaring kick across the body, cut off there by McCallum, who hit the ground running like a small man. Kicked the ball into the middle of the ground. Right into that mud pot. Too's trying to affect the sport. Knocking it forward there was Lockyer, only as far as Curran, who got it to Perks. Second effort was good there from Cassidy to retard the football away from North Ballarat. And there'll be a ball up near centre half forward. Sebastopol clinging to a 5-point lead here in this opening term.
Josh Chatfield involved there for North Ballarat. Had a chance to call his name often already, as McCallum just fisted forward into the centre of Eastern Oval. O'Shea with it. Adapt both sides and steps around the whoopie tackler and tries to pierce one towards half forward, but it's been turned over. Nash will get over top there and find Spears. Centre wing on the outer side. Left foot kick comes inboard of sorts. Loveson overran it. Picked up there by O'Keefe. Now Veal on his natural side gives it to Lockyer, the general, as he comes across to his great mate, Matty Austin. Might get it back from Austin. And he continues to run this Tony Lockyer. O'Keefe with the overlap. Dropped the mark. He probably should have held on in the end. Now he has a problem with 3 North Ballarat players around him. Umpire will have a decision to make if he dragged this one in. In the end, continues on that trend that we've seen this afternoon already, Todd, of just letting the play go itself. And a stoppage as a result. Attacking side centre wing here on the broadcast side.
Both coaches will be happy with the application of their both sides without the footy. They've been excellent defensively. Oh, Leonard just threw Veal into the ground. That's the right decision by the umpire. So Veal will be onto that left foot. An opportunity to send the Borough into attack. High left foot kick. Goes in the direction there of... The siren sounds for quarter time here at Eastern Oval. Sebastopol with the only goal of that opening term. They're 1-8. They lead Ballarat 3 behinds. Sammy, you've got the goal scorers.
Yeah, well, it's a lot to go through here in the break. No, just the one goal and a game to James Keeble, who's presented well and been the real focal point for Sebastopol in season 2022 inside forward 50.
Well, let's hope this game opens up. It's been a classic battle of the defences, but it's Sebastopol with the quarter-time lead. They lead North Ballarat by 5 points in this elimination final 2. Of course, the vision brought to you by Red Onion via the Clutch TV app. A break and back with the second quarter action in around 5 minutes' time.
And that one back here. Sebastopol by 5 points to start the second term. This is Todd Whelan.
Ball up, tap one by, well, we'll give that one to McCallum. No real advantage, though. Hurry kick out of the congestion. Only finds Carey, who cuts it off. Defensive side of the middle of the ground. Waste no time. That's better ball movement. Found Riding, who took a mark in front of Banbury just rolled onto that preferred left foot, went into attack, went over the head of Chatfield. O'Keefe couldn't take the mark. Thrown out of the contest. Ball at ground level. Chance here for O'Keefe, who combined but dispossessed. Found in the hands of Quick. Has a second opportunity. Found Spears. His kick was effective. And the mark's been taken there by Perks. Some 50 metres out from goal. So this is a better start from North Ballarat. A bit of purpose with their ball movement. High up and under kick. Won't get the distance. Top of the goal square. Ball at ground level. Running onto it. Well past it in the end there was Polkinghorn. Gathered from McCartan before he's bowled up by Dummett. The umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up. Some 30 metres out from the North Ballarat goal.
Still commanding the air inside defence 50 yards Sebas though. Lockie and O'Keefe everywhere when North Ballarat go inside there. Loverson knocks this one down. Fletcher loaded at the bottom pack, couldn't get it out. Dummett did. Found Cassidy with the dumping ball. Keeble got a bad bounce. Opens the door here for Spears coming through. He looks to lower his eyes. Sent it inside 50 looking for Curran. O'Shea dropped the mark he really should have taken. And Riding gets a sniff. And he only needs one. And he lights up here the Eastern Oval with the goal and puts North Ballarat in front for the second time today. 1 goal 3-9. Leads Sebastopol 1-2-8.
Albeit the opening 90 seconds of this second term. The positive movement from North Ballarat has been identified. And they've made the most of that forward 50 entry. Put Sebastopol on notice here as North Ballarat regain the lead after kicking a couple of behinds early. That Keeble goal got Sebas in front, and a belated response from North Ballarat through Riding. Well called, Sammy. All he needs is a sniff. Got the job done. Ball up. Tap one by McCallum. Spears went the socket, denied by Cassidy. Chance here for Veal, just shoveled it out to O'Shea. Threw the ball onto the boot, kicked it broadcast side centre wing. Foot race on in earnest. Both teams leg break, ended up favouring Austin in the end. Lowered the eyes. Presenting there was Hart, couldn't take the mark. Spall was good from Hobbs. The big fella goes to ground, shovels it out towards Cassidy. Dispossessed by Carey. Lucky to get away with it. Second effort was okay. Found O'Shea. Umpire's picked out a free kick, has he? Paid the advantage. And the mark's been taken there by Harvey, 40 metres out from the Sebastopol goal.
Well, one of those 50-50 ones there, Todd. I thought it might have been a bit of a dubious disposal by Cassidy, but the umpire saw it in the back first, and Sebastopol take the advantage, and Harvey takes the mark. And you know, he's one of those guys fighting for a position with so many in this Sebastopol side, so this kick is massive for his confidence if he can put the Borough instantly back in front.
One of 13 players who played in the 2019 Grand Final has a shot on goal. Has it got the distance? It may have. It looked awkward, but he's got it done. Harvey gets the response for Sebastopol. They regain the lead here at the Eastern Oval. Tick over 3 minutes gone, second term. Sebastopol 2-2-14. Lead North Ballarat 1-3-9.
Doesn't matter how they look, Todd, as long as they go through those two big sticks in the middle, you're happy, and that's what Harvey was able to produce. And yeah, the instant response is pleasing for the coach's box, I imagine, for Michael Searle down here. I mean, shaky start to this term. North Ballarat looked to regain some mojo there with their transitional football, but Sebastopol, that instant response gathers all confidence and ascendancy in the contest here at the Eastern Oval.
Ball up. McCallum again won that tap, went searching for Spears, missed him. Bit of a wrestle of sorts, Widgery. Strong-bodied midfielder. Always in and under. Repeat ball up. Tap one by McCallum again. Just knocked it to the open space. O'Shea's been okay. He's been clean. Held without it. And he'll go back and take a free kick, much to the displeasure of Simon McCartan, who was away there. So O'Shea will go to the outer side centre wing. Kick's okay. Mark's been taken there by Hart. So he'll wheel onto the right boot. High right foot kick goes towards half forward. Keeble the fly. Ball at ground level. Kept his feet there. Running onto it there was Hill. Sweeping hair past to True. Went inboard to Cassidy. Chance here for Sebas. Inside 50. 1-on-1 Keel. Couldn't take the mark. Sharkwell by Hart. Rover style. Kick across the body. Went across the face. And bounced end on in over the line for a boundary throw in 20 metres around from the Sebastopol goal.
Hit the fat side of the footy there, did Toby Hutt stream into the goal. We've been an opportunity to get that break that they're desperately working towards here in the second elimination final between Sebastopol and North Ballarat. Deep inside 50 for the Borough though to make amends. One down there by McCallum. Widgery forced to tackle on this occasion. Opens the door for Cassidy. If he could just pick it up, he might have a quick shot on goal. Gets boots the ball across the face. minor score is the result. 2 goals 3-15. The Borough lead. North Ballarat 1 goal 3-9 here on Red Onion Creatives as broadcast of Clutch TV app. Bringing all the action live. Sam Young and Todd Whelan here at the Eastern Oval.
Loder's risky kick had to be good to Polking, almost cut off there by Pabst. As soon as he gathered, though, he lost his footing, went to ground, pounced and pressured by Polkinghorn. And the umpire says, we'll ball it up. So a nervous exit kick has denied North Ballarat. So there'll be a ball up inside 50 for Sebastopol. Chance here for Pabst. Outside of the right boot. Makes no mistake. Touched, said the umpire.
Took all the excitement out of the crowd here. The Borough faithful were up and about. They thought they got that break, Todd, but touched off the boot. Well called by the umpire and a minor score.
Just a couple of opportunities going beckoning for both sides.
As like Jenkins going to kick in duties and go long to the outside. Riding arrives late. Couldn't hold on in the marking contest. Bounced up like a cat though and got it there to Hobbs. His right foot kicks just a scrubby one down the line. Leonard, who's been lively early with Dummett in the dispute on the outside, jumped on there by the ladder in Dummett, and a stoppage is the result. Defensive side centre wing for North Ballarat on the far side of the ground, trailing by 7 points here at the Eastern Oval. They look to get things back underway here in the ruck through McCallum. Was looking for the target man on this occasion in Spears. Quick scrubby kicks pretty much straight and under. Umpire says he will pay the mark, and in the end it was O'Keefe again commanding the air and taking the mark.
Outside centre wing, Riley O'Keefe with a penetrating kick inside 50. Keeble the target, but the ball's been cut off by Hobbs, who's been good. Plays on, goes by hand to Nash, lowers the eyes, the Chatfield direction, over the head of he and O'Keefe. First onto the scene, O'Keefe for the second effort, but couldn't deny the boundary line at the end. There'll be a throw in, true centre wing, outer side of the ground. Sebastopol lead by 5 points. 7.5 minutes gone, second term.
Yeah, very jobs from our broadcast position here at the Eastern Oval, as it's neutrally fisted forward there in the end by Richards. Veal overran this one on that occasion. North Ballarat just shovelled towards the boundary line. O'Shea could have walked it over, elected to keep it in and dump it towards half forward. Hobbs with a big fly over the top. Umpire said he had controlled it on the way down enough.
Been good, Hobbs.
Yeah, the real general in defence for North Ballarat, and the veteran now has it inside his own defensive 50. Normally calm and composed by foot, and just measures the 15-metre ball pass to Jenkins. Former premiership players combining for North Ballarat. And Jenkins will now be called to go. Just loads a long one towards centre wing. High footed big one, off hands, Lockyer again at the front of the pack. Ends up with it, walks it over the line, and a stoppage on where it all started from that contest. Centre wing, virtually opposite our broadcast position here on the outer side.
Sebastopol won't mind that. North Ballarat just trying to exit down the line, pretty predictable, and not being able to sort of move the ball as quickly as they'd want at the moment. North Ballarat, as McCallum won that tap, running onto the football there was Dummett, just slipped but regained and just threw the ball onto the left boot, but it's been cut off there by McCallum. So on half back, he'll weigh up the options, and just a high up and under kick, gained about 45 metres, plenty of penetration on the kick. Chance here for Chatfield, who took a juggling mark. So he has ball in hand, wastes no time, goes along the line, looking down towards Riding, pushed Banbury under the ball and took the mark. And Banbury wanting a push, but footy smarts from Riding prevailing there, just waited at the right time. Little nudge, little Tommy Hawkins nudge, Sammy.
Yeah, you use the drop zone to his advantage, and he's going to wheel around that trusty left, try to snap around the body from 40, right to the line. In the end, maybe the drop punt was the option, didn't have enough penetration and kicked across the line. It's a minor score for North Ballarat. Another half opportunity going to miss for the Roosters. 1-4-10 trails, 2-4-16, as O'Keefe on this occasion is going to take over kicking in duties. Lockier's deputy, if you like, in a lot of ways here at Sebastopol. And a long ball out towards Keogh on the outside, and the veteran worked his way to the front, took a strong mark. Goes towards centre wing, the leading man is Hutt. Marks on his chest, whips it over top by hand to Branbury. O'Shea's the overlap. He can load it up inside 50, looking for Paps at the back. Ball might get further afield towards Medwell. If he can keep it alive, there's a chance for the Borough. His handles a scrubby one to deal with. McCartan in the defence was desperate. In the end, came back towards Simon McCartan, who could hold this up. Falls out in the pack. Borough gets some numbers around him, but in the transition, it'll be North Ballarat to exit on the other side through Toos.
And Toos, who's got rid of the blonde hair, kicked the it straight into the man on the mark in the end. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw in. Half forward out of sight of the ground for Sebastopol. Yeah, opportunities being missed by both sides here in the opening half. We've been playing the best part of 10 minutes in this second term. Sebastopol lead by 6 points. There's the throw-in. Tap one by McCallum to ground level. Just slung into the ground there was Leonard. Cassidy, something out of nowhere, just hacks the ball forward near the attacking 50. Cut off there by Chatfield, who just threw the ball onto the boot, but it's been cut off. And it's Sebastopol with ball in hand. True centre wing. Right foot kick there from Crone. Fly at the back there was, might have been Keeble. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Stags on the mill. Umpire says, I'll have it. Square it away and there'll be a stoppage. A ball up. 30 metres out from the Sebastopol goal.
Hugo Paps crunching that pack. Just a little ginger getting back to his feet. Looks like he's going to be able to continue though. We're back underway. McCallum wins it down to Nash. Got one over the shoulder, you would have thought. And the umpire agrees with me and will be rewarded with Ned Nash. Bit of work on Tony Lockyer on the boundary line here as well, just getting an ankle looked at and re-strapped. Close one to keep an eye on, of course. Was dominant the opening term in defence for Sebastopol. They want their captain out there, of course, to see him across the line this afternoon. Nash with it again, inside defensive 50, normally assured by foot. He's now been given a long time to move out of defence and is forced to go. Try to manufacture the kick to Carey. Cassidy got a fist in there. Austin sends a hot footy towards the top of the goal square. Curran works it back towards Nash. They really made a pickle out of this. North Ballarat. Sebastian's pressure to Corral has created a contest inside forward 50 for them. In the end, I think it's going to be a ball up about 10 or 15 minutes from goal as the ball's worked towards the boundary line through Cassidy. In the end, the umpire does say eventually, I'll take it, and Sebastian can assess inside forward 50.
Well, so can the 36 players because there's not one inside or left of screen beyond half back for North Ballarat. So 36 players in the front half. There's the ball up. Opportunity here for Widgery, who's tackled, dispossessed. That was good play there by Leonard. Just hacked the ball onto the boot. Got it to the defensive 50. Not out of trouble yet, North Ballarat, but the umpires picked out a free kick here. And they will get out of trouble. Of course, today's vision brought to you by Red Onion via the Clutch TV app. So the short kick is okay to Chatfield. He's had a couple of touches, which is encouraging now in this second term. He went short, found Toos in front of Crone. So Toos now, defensive side of centre wing. High up and under kick. Sebastopol have got the numbers here, and they prevail, and Veal took an uncontested mark. Poor kick in the end. So Veal with the left foot kick to half back. It'll be Harvey with ball in hand. Went to go short to Austin. Told to play on and went long with the right boot. North Ballarat got numbers. Loader couldn't take the mark. Keeble did the sharking. Quick hands to Richards. Went in the Hutt direction. Got it knocked away from him. Opportunity here for Bromley Lynch. He got it to Leonard. Over towards Nash. He just hacked the ball onto the boot. Loader presents. Tackle taken on the ground by Harvey. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up right in front of us here. Broadcast side centre wing. Sebastopol, low scoring affair here. Lead by 6 points. Near 14 minutes gone, second term.
Richards and now Loverson to do battle. Umpire just gives them a chance to catch their breath, and we'll get back in the way with Richards winning the ruck and Veal with the shark, and that left foot kick will go towards half forward. North Ballarat getting numbers back there through Curran. Maybe coughed it up. Hutt trying to get boots of ball. Was partially smothered. Polkinghorn just hammered into Hope more than anything, and Widgery stole it off the hill. Dumps a long one in towards full forward, looking for Stowe. In the end, it's seen over the back and through for a minor score. 2 goals, 5-17. The Borough lead here. North Ballarat 1 goal 4 after 14 and a half minutes here at the Eastern, the second elimination final here in the Ballarat Football Netball League.
So it'll be Hobbs with a clearing kick out of defence. Chatfield at the back couldn't take the mark. Perhaps with a clever fist on the foot, he found Hill at ground level. High up and under kick. Manages to keep it in. Spoil was good there from Carey to the safety of the boundary line. There'll be a throw in from 30 metres around from the Sebastopol goal. Carey copping one in the hip there. Just a little stinger, as they say, Sammy.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the blood draw as well. Bit of claret.
Bit of a double dose there for Carey as Bromley Lynch replaces him on the field.
Some would say welcome to finals footy for young Isaac. That's what it's all about.
Of course, back in North Ballarat colours from WA in the off-season. Boundary throw-in. Ball at ground level, crashing through there was Keel. Could have been held without it. The umpire agreed. And a rare set shot on goal imminent here. And it'll be Keel for a chance to kick Sebastopol's third of the afternoon. And a chance at a game-high 13-point lead. That, of course, if he can put it through, because, both sides have combined for 3-9 in a testing afternoon in front of goal. So it'll be Keel. So distance and the angle shouldn't be a problem. Player of this ilk. So Keel. It's all about the accuracy. As he walks away from us. Keeps the kick low and sneaks it inside the right goalpost. Sebas get their third and some separation, albeit a 13-point lead here at Eastern Oval. 16 minutes gone second term. Sebastopol 3-5-23. Lead North Ballarat 1-4-10.
Well called, Toddy, and it's the guns in the midfield for Sebastopol. They're coming to the forefront here at the coldface. Keel, Cassidy, even to an extent, the likes of Widgery and Keeble as well, really bullying their way around the contest. And the younger North Ballarat bodies are unable to compete, I guess, at the coldface, as I said, with Sebastopol's guns, as Stowe and Loverson will do ruck duties here at the Eastern Oval. Back underway here in the second term, in the second elimination final. Loverson wins this one down. Leonard, who's been one of the Roosters' best, injected into the midfield here, is brought into the turf, and a bit of a disappointing secondary ball-up is the result coming from it.
Yeah, the in and under players having an influence today. Ball up, tap one by Stowe. He's gone for a little steed into the ruck.
That's the flexibility of Sebastopol. You've got the likes of Richard, Stowe, Hutt, all capable of doing heavy minutes in the midfield in the ruck.
Yeah, they're not short on options through the midfield. There's the tap one by Loverson. Good as a kick. Got it to half forward. Hill, though, does the rebound kick for Sebastopol, a vacant centre wing. Chance here for Bromley Lynch. Went to the voice of Jenkins. Didn't find him. Stowe fell over. Ball at ground level. Leonard was clean before he was bailed up and tackled. Taken to the ground by Austin. No prior. There'll be a ball up. Centre wing broadcast side. Quick score check from around the ground. Ballarat 22, lead Melton 20.
As we're back underway here at the Eastern Oval. Both ruckmen were holding, said the umpire, so let's go on. Polkinghorn trying to bust his way through and ran into a brick wall in Liam Stowe. So we'll reassess here. Lockyer still yet to re-enter the field. It's been one we're keeping a close eye on. Got his ankle restrapped as Polkinghorn again comes through and is going nowhere once again. Repeat of dose. Stowe doing the tackling. Ball centre wing here on the broadcast side. Game high 13-point margin favouring Sebastopol.
Lockyer still off the ground.
As it's fisted forward by North Ballarat to clear some space. Chatfield running through. Just handles it at hope. Paps been swung in Lockyer's absence to defence. Dumps one to centre wing. Hill.
Had a good quarter, Hill.
Looks so elegant in the air sometimes and sends it in towards the lead of Keeble. Strong hands. Marks on the lead. Wants to move it quickly. Hutt got some separation. And he had Hobbs cold there at full forward. Great kick to his advantage. Hill line up, and as one of the best kicks in the club, you would think he'd have no problems here from about 25 metres out.
Yeah, just protected the ball drop there, just kept Hobbs at bay. And the outstretched hands of Hutt, much to the pleasure of the plentiful Borough faithful that have turned up here to see their boys go at it. So Hutt will have a chance to kick his first of the afternoon, and Sebastopol's fourth.
No problem for Hutt, you would imagine, from this distance. Comes in with a kick. The crowd will do the work for me, and they're very happy here at the Eastern Oval. The Borough 4-5-29 now lead North Ballarat 1-4-10 as we approach time on this second term, Todd. And the big stories in front of us here on the boundary line, if we're honest, for Sebastopol faithful. Lockyer been off for about 10 to 15 minutes now. That ankle's not quite right. Conversation now with his senior coach, Michael Searle. Been trying to give it a go in front of us, doing some little show runs up and down. At what point do they have to make a decision here, Todd? Because you can't risk a player of his calibre.
Yeah, well, they've got time on their side, given they've got a 19-point advantage here. Near 20 minutes gone second term. Elimination final action at Eastern Oval. Tap one by Richards. Just got it out of the glue pot. Veal couldn't gather. Ball at ground level. Polkinghorn over the football. The umpire will come in. Well, he put whistle in mouth, didn't blow it. Chose to call play on. Take two. He'll get it right this time. And players will separate. There'll be a repeat stoppage in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, let me go on the umpire. So the consistency's been great to see all afternoon as we're back underway. Fisted forward there by McCallum. Austin maybe got one high, but the umpire waved play on. McCartan, resting a half forward a lot this season for North Ballarat, came off the square there and in the contest to lock things up. Just the attacking side of the centre for North Ballarat, who need to get one before half time here, more for the confidence than anything. Only registered the one major, as looks like a stoppage is another result. Scoring against Sebastopol has been their kryptonite this year, of course. Early in the season, they met back in round 5 or 6, I think it was, and were held goalless for 3 terms. Only one goal after about 45 minutes of footy here at the Eastern Oval.
Ball up. Chance here for McCullum. Just knocked the ball straight into his opponent. Cassidy's bailed up by Arts. The umpire will come in and effect stoppage number 40 from the afternoon. Hazard a guess. Ball up, tapped again, won by McCallum. Favours McCartan, quick hands to Leonard, ran to 40, could have had a shot, went to Riding, it's got it, and Riding will go back and have a shot on goal from 40 metres out. And can be a 10 or 12 possession player, Riding, but all the much very dangerous, Sammy.
Yeah, for a player of his stature, he doesn't necessarily present as the obvious danger in the air, but one thing we've seen to his game this year is he's really commanding on the lead, and it's been arguably North Ballarat's best player all season, doing exactly this, kicking goals with limited opportunities, riding to keep North in the hunt. Comes in with a kick. As we built him up, the commentator's curse comes on through. A minor score away to the right. 1 goal 5-11 trails Sebastopol 4-5-29 here in the second elimination final, live on Clutch TV via our good friends at Red Onion Creative.
O'Shea's had a good opening half. Will bring the ball back into play. Got plenty of it. Goes looking there towards Pabst. Went over his head. Harvey couldn't gather. Neither could Quick. 50-50 ball. Widgery just ran onto the foot. He gathered. Then dispossessed. Bit of scrappy football. Ends up into the hands of Leonard, who got it to Loader. Into the middle of the ground towards was Nash, who got it to Spears. Tumbling kick. Poor one of that's been cut off by O'Keefe on half back for the Borough.
And he comes here towards the broadcast side where he's Ruckman and Richards. Gave him an option just a second week back after breaking his arm midway through the season. Seemed unhampered by that. Got a bit of padding around the forearm, but nothing much to hamper his performance. High ball's done down. A cable with a huge fly. Got a great ride in the air. Almost took mark of the year here in the second elimination final, but couldn't hold on for the keys to the car.
Good athlete, Keeble.
Yeah, and good basketball as well in his junior days as well, and you can see that with his high jumping ability.
23 minutes gone, second term here. Sebastopol lead by 18 points. The winner progresses, the loser out. Sharking at ground level was Dummett, who somehow got it to Widgery. He was dispossessed, thrown in the hands of Polkinghorn, who got it to Arts. Hurried kick forward. Reward for playing in front was Jamie Quick. Wastes no time. Tumbling kick forward. Gathered. Here, opportunity here for Loverson. Went inside out. Back towards Perks. Tackle there was McCartan, slung to the ground by Cassidy. And the umpire has paid the sling. McCartan wastes no time, goes short. And Fletcher Loader's taken a mark. Ball went just the minimum, you'd think. And Fletcher Loader will go back and have a shot on goal.
And we've seen it a couple of times by the umpire. Has been very consistent on the front with the dumping tackle, really rewarding the player first to the footy. And that's what we like to see. And McCartan quickly knew that he didn't put the distance in those ageing legs. Got it to a younger man directly in front in Loader, who has been uber consistent this year for North Ballarat. And his kick comes on the way here. We're right behind it. It's a beautiful strike. Umpire barely had to move. All he did was tilt his head back. North Ballarat get a response they desperately needed as we approach half-time here at the Eastern Oval. 2 goals, 5-17. Trails 4-5-29 live at the Eastern Oval.
Tony Lockie is still off the ground. He's been off for the most part of this second quarter. So we'll keep an eye on that. But, you got it right. A much-needed goal ahead of the half-time break here to North Ballarat. Just to give them some momentum going into the break, albeit with a deficit in front of them. So Loader and Riding with the 2 goals for North Ballarat. There's the ball up. Tap won by Richards to Cassidy. Gave it back to the big man Richards. His kick went off the side of the boot. Polkinghorn took the grab, but the ball didn't travel the required distance before he's bailed up when there be a ball up. On out of sight, right in the middle of the ground here. So Richards, McCallum, the ladder wins, knocks it to half forward. Perhaps, as Sammy mentioned, has gone back to spend some time across half back. Truly validating his versatility, perhaps. He can do it at either end. He was once an underrated player. He's certainly not now, as his contributions prominent in most weeks.
Yeah, well said, Todd, as McCullum got early and won this one down. Taken away there by Dummett, who can send towards half forward. Keel went to ground. Wilson did enough to get rid of him. Now he's got a decision to make. Gives the handball off towards Polkinghorn, who got a case of the fumbles, and Harvey on his hammer is able to help him see it over the line. And early in the season, Paps had the job on Riding when the sides met in round 16, and Riding got away early with 3 goals. And good faith shown by Michael Sir to go back to that matchup with the injury to Lockyer, not giving up on the contest at all, with their best player arguably off the field. Sebastopol got it fisted forward there by Richards, but again, to neutral territory, half forward, we'll get a ball up. And so I think you got a score update from the other game.
Yeah, near half-time at McPherson Park, Ballarat 29, lead Melton 27.
McCullum wins this one down. Cassidy fumbled, but able to shovel one out on hands and knees towards a teammate. Ball in dispute. Dummett involved for Sebastopol. Just picked up by Cassidy, who, no nonsense, trying to send it forward, but was partially smothered. Keel, hand pass towards half forward. Polkinghorn getting back. Was worked out by Harvey, who did so well. Off the veal, on his left side, dumps it into the pocket. Nash best position, they will take the mark, and North Ballarat can just compose themselves here before the break as he goes across the goal towards Curran.
Curran with ball in hand, into the side today for Liam Wood. Told to play on, gets into the defensive 50 quick, the only option there for North Ballarat, outnumbered. But there's been a free kick paid. It's going to go Sebastian's way for a push. He's a bit unlucky there, Quick. I thought he was pushed by the Sebastopol player behind him, and he cannoned into the Sebastopol player in front of him, which has led to this free kick and an opportunity for Toby Hutt, some 60 metres out from goal. As we near half-time here, Sebast 29, lead North Ballarat 17. Any chance of the journey here, Sammy?
He can be a thumping kick, but sometimes just doesn't kick right through it, but gets very close to the man of the mark to give it as much chance to make the distance, and in trying to get that distance, he just lost a bit of accuracy as he drifted to the right-hand side of the goal face. Minor score, 4-6-30, leads 2-5-17 after 27.5 minutes football.
Nash brings the ball back into play, found Quick, mile away from goal, off half-back, gets onto that left boot, goes in the direction there of Perks. He had 2 to beat, did well, Perks, just to square that away. O'Keefe knocked the ball forward, not out of trouble yet, the Borough. Paps dispossessed, holding the ball, good decision. Arts took the advantage, left foot kick to an open goal square. How will it roll? Off to the right and through for a minor score. So a let off there for Sebastopol. North Ballarat 2-6, trailed Sebastopol 4-6. We've got a 2-goal game here ahead of half-time.
Yeah, short ball defence finds way to True, who has Crone down the line if he likes, but maybe waiting for some of the big boys to give him some more natural targets. Yeah, he's called to go. Measured passes in the Austin direction. He actually pinpointed him nicely in between a few Borough players there, and North Ballarat defensive players picking their way through the zone, if you will. Austin, always creative. Sends this one towards centre wing. Hobbs, best position, could have marked. Keeble made a contest of it. Loader knocks it at the back. Leonard spun out one tackle, quick it away from Hill. Coming in with a couple of nice tackles, maybe over the shoulder. Umpire was blindsided. North Ballarat tried to come away through Bromley Lynch. Now Hobbs towards Polkinghorn. Spears dumped without it. We'll get a free kick, and again, it's a respite for North Ballarat. The tackling pressure by the Borough ferocious, but maybe just a bit over the zealous on that occasion.
Last roll of the dice, you'd think, ahead of half-time here for Spears and North Ballarat. They trail by 12 points. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. Quick the target. He's in front. Has the ball punched away from him by Banbury. Ball spills free. Chance here for the Borough through Cassidy, and they'll get out of trouble here. There's a left foot kick. There's an errant one at that. And it's going to come back for Spears, who can have a reload and send them into attack. Despite the pressure from Keeble, kick's been cut off by True, who makes amends with that errant kick. Short kick's okay towards Keel on the defensive 50. So no need to be in a hurry now with ball in hand. The Borough, as they come broadcast side. Kick got to Veal on the bounce. He's got 2 to beat. Holding the ball every day of the week. Good decision by the umpire. So couldn't be long left. Arts with ball in hand.
Couldn't be long left, Toddy, because that was the last bit of play. Arts played on, ran out of time, and it's half-time here for the second elimination final at the Eastern Oval. Sebastopol take the lead, 4 goals, 6-30, leading North Ballarat 2-6-18. And Todd, I believe you got the goal kickers as we go to the main break.
Yeah, I've got some to add from that quarter-time single goal. Sebastopol for the leaders at the moment. Keeble, Keel, Toby Hutt and Harvey have one each, whilst for North Ballarat, Jack Riding and Fletcher Loader with their two, both in that second term. So a 5-point lead to Sebastopol at quarter time has been extended to 12 at the main break.
Which will be the most pleasing thing for Sebastopol and the coaching box. We'll see how the big story on Lockyer develops as this game goes on, but until then, we'll take a break here from the Eastern Oval. Thanks to our good friends at Red Onion Crave for bringing all the vision here live, and to our friends at Clutch TV for streaming it through the app and the website there. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so for the second half between Sebastopol and North Ballarat.
Just moments ahead of the half-time siren. So stick with us via Red Onion and the Clutch TV app. We'll bring you the update scores to you right throughout the afternoon. But we've got a game unfolding in front of us here. We're just seconds shy of getting the second half underway of the elimination final number 2 here at Eastern Oval. It's Sebastopol. They lead by 12 points.
Richards and McCallum to do the battle, and Richards gets hands on this first. Umpires picked a free kick in the midfield for a hold. It's going to go the way of Spears. So North Ballarat get the first foray in the second half. Spears will look to go quickly through the middle of the Eastern Oval. It's a nice kick. Allowed Leonard to mark on his chest. 55 from goal. Distance may not be on him as well, but he just pulls the kick to the top of the square, gives Quick a chance one-on-one. The cavalry arrives late. Ball spills out the back. Now, did anyone touch it? North Ballarat celebration says no, and it's gone through for a goal.
Unbelievable. Lucks of fortune. Just when we were talking about opportunity, well, there's one from left field as Leonard, who just basically just sat the ball to the top of the square and missed all hands and just rolled down the hill for a goal. Michael Searle will be furious with that.
Absolutely, and with his captain off the field at the minute, who was commanding the air so well in the opening term of footy here, that ball didn't go to the ground, didn't get a glove on it, and it went all the way through, and North Ballarat get the perfect start to give themselves a chance to get back in the contest here at the Eastern Oval.
6-point ball game in favour of the Borough. North Ballarat with the opening goal of the third term. There's the ball up. Neither ruckman could gain any ascendancy. Quick off half forward, ran and gathered and kicked across the body. Shallow entry inside 50's been cut off by True. And he'll go to the outer side of the ground by that familiar left foot. Kicks okay. Finds Pabst on half back for the Borough. So they've been able to respond to North Ballarat's forward 50 entries in the opening 2 terms so far. Let's see how they go in quarter number 3. There's the right foot kick towards half forward. The spoil was McCallum off hands over the line for a boundary throw. And on half forward, outer side of the ground.
Would have liked to see the Borough be a little bit more daring there and look to present through the midfield a bit more, or maybe a switch or something they've become notable for this season. But back underway here, McCallum, hands on it first. Veal ducked the head early, trying to draw the free kick, but umpire wise to that will say, give it to me. Taking side of centre wing, virtually opposite from our broadcast position on that outer side of the Eastern Oval. Again, McCallum imposing himself. Veal, though, with the shark and gets the clearance inside forward 50 for Sebastopol. Brought to ground by Jenkins, but taken away there by Harvey, who tried to manufacture something with the outside of the boot, but hit the wrong side of the footy and out on the full. And a missed opportunity again for the Borough.
Busy crowd numbers here at Eastern Oval today. Haven't lost one yet because we've got a tight game in front of us. The Borough lead by 6 points after leading by 12 at the half. We've been playing near 3 minutes in this third term. Right foot kick from Hobbs gets beyond the defensive 50. Loverson, the target, couldn't take the mark, but there's been an infringement. And Loverson will take the resultant free kick. Plays on. Goes by hand to Ryan Polkinghorn along centre wing. Chance here for Quick to gather. Uncharacteristic fumble there from the dangerous forward. Yet to kick a goal today. Quick. Often features on the goal front. But a low-scoring affair here. Just the 7 goal scorers and the 7 goals kicked for the afternoon.
We're back underway here as well with McCallum again with the ruck work to win it down to Polkinghorn. Keeble has him. And as Sebastopol like to do, injecting him in the second half into that midfield for a period of time, and that sort of striker role, if you like to call it, just imposing his body around the contest. Back underway, Richards goes early, but again McCallum gets hands to the man we spoke of in Keeble. He was stripped of it. McCartan over the top to the last goal kicker in Leonard. Shake the bake, one tackle off the Polkinghorn. Left foot kick will go inside 50. An opportunity yet to make this one for Perks. He keeps his feet. Hutt did not. He can stop and prop, assess his options, send it across to the top of the goal square towards Spears. And did he hold in the second bite? Umpire said no, it hit the turf. And to the displeasure of North Ballarat fans, umpire on the spot says, I'll get the ball up. Deep inside 50. North Ballarat trail 3 goals 6-24 to Sebastopol's 4-6-30.
Tick over 4 minutes gone, third term, ball up. Another opportunity for North Ballarat, deep forward. Laverson with the tap. Couldn't keep it in play, off hands over the line, boundary throw in. So North Ballarat with majority of ball forward of centre in the opening 4.5 minutes of this term. With an opportunity again presenting. In front, Laverson grabbed it out of the ruck, was then tackled and then slung to the ground. Ball spills, free chance for Veal. Claimed the mark. Umpire said didn't go the required distance. Kick across the body from Keeble. Was smothered by Spears. And bounced over the line for a boundary throw-in. Right forward pocket, North Ballarat in attack.
Yeah, good defensive pressure inside there, 450 North Ballarat to keep the ball in there and give their crafty forwards an opportunity here. It's now in the hot spot with McCallum down to Riding. Left foot snap on the goal face. He's across the face for a minus score. Read the story well to Jack Riding. The moment was his. Couldn't get it online. 3 goals 7-25. Trails 4-6-30 here in the second elimination final live at the Eastern Oval.
I think that's Riding's third behind of the afternoon. So O'Shea, who was very good in that opening half of the Borough. Right foot kick goes to the outer side. Penetrating kick. Wilson's got the sit here. Couldn't affect the spoil. Gee, the tackling's been terrific this afternoon. Defensive pressure's clearly been a winner on the day. And Keel's been the beneficiary of a free kick told to play on by the umpire. Shea pushed up and just threw the ball onto the boot. Was dumped as he kicked. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Keeble. Centre wing outer side of the ground. Sun streaming down here at Eastern Oval. Awkward looking kick, but it was okay in the end. Mark's been taken there by, might be Harvey, is it?
Yes, it is.
Just inside the boundary line. Right foot kick towards the pocket. Went over the head of Bromley Lynch. He couldn't affect the spoil. Ball Sharks free. Shot on goal across the face of the Mark's been taken there by Austin.
That's reward for the two-way running of Matty Austin. So often you see him in the defensive goal square the other end on the last line of the fence. This time, the other way, marks and has an opportunity just to give the Borough back some sensi. One step around the body, no problem for the ex-Brisbane Lion. He pops through his first goal of the afternoon, and Sebastopol moved to 5 goals 6-36 here, leading North Ballarat at the Eastern with 3-7-25.
Yep, Austin becomes the 8th goal scorer of the afternoon. Individuals for the Borough. Austin has 1, Keeble, Keel, Toby Hart and Jai Harvey. Whilst for North Ballarat, Jack Riding, Fletcher Loader and Brock Leonard with 1 apiece. So an 11-point lead to Sebastopol. 7 minutes gone, third term. We'll keep you updated with scores from McPherson Park as they come to hand. Swans really taking it up to the minor premiers.
Which for such a young group that's lacking, I guess, experience in terms of the finals, to be now leading 6 goals 5-41 to 6-4-40 midway through the third term in that one is pleasing, not only just for the outcome of today's game in the qualifying final, but their long push and hopefully for what they're hopeful is a fruitful finals campaign in season 2022 in the Ballarat Football Netball League.
Umpire with the restart, McCallum. He contested the ruck, predicted the tap, got it to ground. Polkinghorn first on the scene, bailed up by Cassidy. And there'll be a reset, a ball up right in the middle of the mud pot here at Eastern Oval. McCallum again with the tap. Fletcher Loader at ground level, gathered, tackled, taken on the ground by Veal. And again, there'll be a ball up. Sammy, see if you can break it up for us.
Yeah, well, it's just highlighting that ferocity around the contest that we mentioned earlier. As McCallum tries to do fool with big fist, but only as far as Austin, he'll get the clearance towards half forward for Sebastopol. Ball bounces on its point. Getting there first is Wilson as he goes up to Bromley Lynch. Drive North Ballarat into attack. Deepest forward is Chatfield. too tall with the kick. Out the back it goes. Foot race on. True gets there first. Look away hand pass to Snowden. Back to True, and the veteran just walks that one over the line. He's been at his cagey best inside the fence 50 as Ben True. Ever so solid and ever so reliable. Of course, one of those 13 players that featured in the grand final in 2019 for Sebastopol.
Of course, one of those, Tony Lockyer, off the ground at the moment with the hoodie on. So a bit of a watch this space there. There's the throw in. Loverson had front spot. Ball shark free. Chance here for Hill outside of the right boot. Kept it in play. Has the rebound opportunity for Ryan Polkinghorn. But he again is tackled and taken to the ground. There'll be a ball up 51 metres out from the North Ballarat goal.
And again, just Hill getting the ball forward. That's the modus operandi this afternoon for Sebastopol at all costs. We're back underway here. McCallum to the dangerous spot for Ryan to get his way through. Going off to Polkinghorn, who wanted to take the tackle from Austin. And umpire, the non-officiating one's coming and said that they might have slipped a little high. And we'll open the door for North Ballarat to get back in the contest through Riley Polkinghorn from shooting right on 50. He's had a sighter, of course, early in the first term. Missed one from this sort of range. See if he's learned his lesson and caresses this one through the big sticks.
Let's see how the slow track underfoot has taken its toll on his legs. It'll take his best. So Riley Polkinghorn from about 49 metres. It's not a bad effort off the boot, but it's left and stayed always left and through for a minor score. So let off for the Borough, but the margin closes to 10 points. North Ballarat 3-8-26, trail Sebastopol 5-6-36. 12 minutes gone third term.
And the Borough would love to go down the middle from kick-ins. With Lockie off the field, that's going to be interesting to see what the ploy is, but sticking to their roots, O'Shea finds Crone. Sent out back, he marks. Now wants to come towards the broadcast side. Austin got some front-on contact, will be rewarded. Riding arriving late, and I mean, the last time in 2019 in the finals campaign, Matt Austin, he was, the big game player for Sebastopol. He was Mr. September, if you will, and showing it already this afternoon. Had some crucial touches, including a goal in this quarter. Wants to set up the switch and go across to a teammate in Pabst. Has Keel breaking for him, and he rewards him for the lead. Nothing really down the line that he initially wanted. Gives True a chance for this kick. Loverson arrived late. In the end, the kick was perfect for True to continue to run on. Kicks it towards half forward. Bit too high, though, for the leading man, Stowe. Too easy to read for Hobbs, who intercepts at half back for North Ballarat.
Read it beautifully, Hobbs, off the boot. Been important for North Ballarat this afternoon. Denied the Borough. Plenty of forward entries. Decides to concede ground. So much so he's nearly kicked a point for the Borough. But Loader does the mopping up. And the kick meant for Art. Spoil was terrific from Austin. Favoured Dummett, who went inboard by hand to Widgery. Right foot kick to the top of the square. Who's at the back? Toby Hutt's one of them. He can have a goal here if he can get it across the body. He does! Some forward craft from Toby Hutt to become the first multiple goal scorer of the afternoon. He gets his second. Sebastopol get their sixth. And they extend to a 16-point lead. 11 and a half minutes gone. Third term. The Borough, 6-6-42, North Ballarat 3-8-26.
And you can't say how good that kick there was by Widgery, because so many times, so many players will just load up from 50 there and just blazed at the goal face. But he just pulled it to the top of the square. First of all, gave Stowe a chance, potentially in the air, but then Hutt running on, finished the job, and as you said, Todd, became our first mobile goal kicker of the afternoon at the 11 and a half minute mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, goals at a premium here at Eastern Oval. The loser, it's lights out, Mad Monday awaits. Ball up, ball at ground level. Polkinghorn's bailed up. He's been the first at the coalface more often than not. McCallum wins that tap. So the ball tumbles towards half forward. Polkinghorn was held. And he'll take the free kick on half forward. Wastes no time. Turns and goes in the Quick direction, but Pabst read it well off the boot. Poor kick in the end. Didn't give Quick much chance. And Pabst will rebound the Borough once again from the last line of defence.
Looks long out of defence, and in the end just pulled at the last second where he had O'Keefe breaking towards the boundary line. He marks. Has an important role this afternoon, been keeping Chatfield very quiet as he pounds one towards centre wing. Loader with the double fist to seize our play, and we'll get a ball in virtually opposite from our broadcast position on the outer side of the ground. And still that Sebastopol back six holding up, no lock here, but Paps goes down there, and it's been a seamless transition for them. Dominating in the air, likes a quick riding, and Chatfield really struggling to get a look at it at this point in time, Todd.
Boundary throw in, Loverson to contest, won that tap. Knocked it goal side, only as far as O'Shea, who's tackled and bailed up. And there'll be a ball up on half forward, out of sight of the ground. Sebastopol with 2 goals in this term. North Ballarat 1. 12-point lead has been extended to 16. Chance here for Spears, out of the congestion. Tumbling right foot kick, shallow entry inside 50. Quick couldn't take the mark. Chance to gather. Tackled, stripped. Umpire called play on. Bit of a stacks on the mill. Players in from everywhere. The umpire will take the footy, and there'll be a ball up some 45 metres out from the North Ballarat goal.
But see, the chaos ball there for North Ballarat seems to just favour the forwards a little bit more. Sometimes it's be pretty. You just got to get in there and give your forwards half a chance. As it's knocked out there by Richards on this occasion. Free kick should be picked out for North Ballarat, who McCann I thought was going to take the advantage, but he'll come back for the Roosters, trying to load up from outside 50. A measured ball was trying to craft the lead of Quick, but Richards in the hole was able to mark. And
yeah, poor kick from Curran.
And Richards will load up to the other side. The leading man is Hutt. Our only mobile goal kicker breaks to centre wing and he marks. And comes inboard to Cassidy. Working the angles nicely here, Sebastopol. Last year's Henderson medalist. Lachlan Cassidy could go back to where it came from and back to Hutt. Happy to possess at this point the Borough. Back their foot skills in these dry conditions. That kick was a hot one to mark, but good hands shown by Crone. He held on. And he'll chip it over the top and continue to move on with Hill. Now the attacking side of centre wing on that far side of the ground here at the Eastern Oval. He decides he'll dump it down the line towards half forward. Big fly from Keeble will arrive late, but in front, Hart with the big Jukes sends it inside 50. Kick was perfect and fast transition for Stowe to get out the back. Left Hobbs in his wake and he'll line up for the goal.
Yeah, they just moved the ball like pawns on a chessboard out of defence, and then a couple of longer kicks. Favourable one at that from Hart, who's been very important in this third term, has created this shot on goal for Stowe.
Tough angle to work with. Stowe's a reliable kick usually. In the end, doesn't even trouble the scorers. That's out on the full. In his 12 games this season, he's kicked 10 majors. That time he couldn't add to his tally as a let-off for North Ballarat, who they would have really extended the margin and got a nice break in the contest midway through the third term here. In the second elimination final, live with Red Onion's vision, brought to you on Clutch TV.
Melton have got some separation against Ballarat. They've, albeit just 13 points, but in a low-scoring affair. The Bloods will be happy with that. So it'll be Jenkins, plays on by hand, over to Wilson. On that left boot to half back. Quick the target, got him, just nudged Veal under the footy. So Quick plays onto the left side, could go into the middle, chose not to, went forward. Mark's been taken there by Perks. Quick hands to Leonard. He's on his preferred left. Wastes no time. Goes forward in the McCallum direction. Spoil at the back was okay. Loose ball. Sebastian got the numbers here. They'll rush it through for a behind.
Well done, Hugo Paps. Outsize and weight class and size there against McCallum. Got up, got the fist in there, and you can see why the Borough love him. 9 times being Michael Searle's best this year and showed just the little things that he can do at the contest there. Fantastic work, Hugo.
Yeah, North Ballarat trying to get some body presence forward. That find a key target to kick some goals.
A long exit from Sebastopol, then cut off though. Nash, he marks and can re-sense North Ballarat forward, although Widgery got a fist in there. Ball in dispute, Riding breaks away, looks at the goal face, backs himself in and kicks a wonderful goal.
Yeah, that's a Riding goal if ever I've seen one. Skillful finish, just what North Ballarat needed, just as the game was starting to slip. They're back in it here. 4-9-33 North Ballarat. Riding gets his second. Sebastopol 6-6-42. Near 17 and a half minutes gone third term.
He's been a wonderful player this season for the Roosters. I mean, mid-30s this season in terms of goals, and it's just because he's class around the contest and that breakaway speed. There was the difference in the goal, but also as damaging in the air when he gets the mismatch. So a real quality two-way player for North Ballarat and would be very high, I reckon, in the voting count of the club's best and fairest, you would think, this year.
Yep, indeed. And with goals at a premium today, he's had 5 shots on goal, Riding. He's probably had those 10 disposals we spoke of, Sammy, in the pre-game.
As we're underway here once again at the Eastern Oval with Stowe, hand on it. Cassidy fumbled, opens the door for North Ballarat. Maybe 2 in a minute as they send it inside 50 to the lead. Mark's taken by Chatfield, who finally gets off the chain and gets some service that he likes. And he'll line up for the first time this afternoon.
So a goal here would bring the game within 3 points, and it doesn't feel like a 3-point game. It feels like the Borough are a little bit more advanced than the scoreboard suggests, but another opportunity presents for North Ballarat to narrow the margin. They trail by 9.
Josh Chatfield starts his approach from 48. Kick is on its way. It's just fading across the face. Might not make the distance, and in the end, it's marked on the line by the big man, King McCallum.
Doesn't mind a goal, the big fella. He has hit the goal front this year. He's kicked 11. So, and I've seen him kick multiple goals over his journey at North Ballarat. So, while it can be a foreign target for many big men, it shouldn't be a problem for this big fella.
Opens it up, outside the boot, works it through nicely, thought his way through the big man, and brings the margin down to 3 points here, as it is on in the defensive goal square. North Ballarat up and about, push and shove will continue. Sebastopol got to be careful not to give up a free kick in the lead here.
There's one man missing in the Borough defence at the moment, Sammy, and he's standing right in front of us with a hoodie on the bench. Speak of Sebastopol captain Tony Lockie, if you've just joined us, took himself off the ground early in that second term with what we suspect an ankle complaint, Sammy.
Yes, and I think the umpire might pick out a free kick here from that infringement. It's going to come into the centre of the ground, and looks like Sebastopol will get it. I don't mind that though from North Ballarat. You know, a couple of goals in a couple of minutes here to get themselves back in the contest, throw their weight around, show that they're the big dogs, and say that they're coming for Sebastopol here. But Cassidy will be able to get us back underway.
It's season on the line stuff. The umpire takes the ball back and then gives it back to Cassidy. Call it footy etiquette. Right foot kick from Cassidy inside 50. How can the Borough respond? Juggling attempted mark from North Ballarat couldn't be taken. Stowe went through his hands. And as soon as you fumble in these games, it's a hot footy. More often ends in a stoppage.
Got a chance, as you said, has been time on in this third term for Sebastopol to wrestle back that momentum in this seesawing affair. Loverson wins it down. Coming away with his Cassidy, but in the hole, mark taken there by Nash. Just sitting behind the play, and he comes out towards this broadcast side. Again, he's kicked those shows a bit too much. Austin got it down. Widgery back to Austin. Sends it inside 50, looking for Keel. Won by Nash. Did well to get a hand in there and not infringe from front on contact, and made amends for his poor kick out of the fence.
Yeah, just obstructed the view of Keel there. He just looked to be blindsided momentarily, and it was enough to deny Keel that mark.
If it just had a little bit more pepper on the delivery, it would have got to Keel's chest, but Nash got a fingertip in there.
Boundary throw in, Borough into attack. Richards just grabbed it out of the ruck. One man at one end, one man at the other. Richards goals for Sebastopol. They get their 7th.
And maybe a slight complaint if you're a North Ballarat fan that the ball should have been recalled from the throw in, but you got to be active to the live footy, and Richards was, and as you said, tucked it under the arm, said see you later, and kicks an important goal for Sebastopol just to get that little break they're continuing to have in this contest. North Ballarat unable to close the gap and get back in front.
Yeah, 9-point ball game here after Sebastopol kicked the opening goal of the match. Well, they haven't been headed since, and they cling to a 9-point lead here in time on third term. After they led by 5 points at quarter time, they extended to a 12-point lead at the half, and it's been reduced to just 9 points. So still anybody's game. Season on the line stuff here at Eastern Oval. Of course, a loss here for Sebastopol really opens the door for East Point and Darley tomorrow. For the winner will assume a double chance.
Exactly, Todd, and that's the importance of this contest for the whole spectrum of the league. Everyone will be watching and want to see how this one unfolds here. Thanks to our good friends at Red Onion on Clutch TV. We're back underway. Stowe got a hand in there. Loverson though came away with it in the muddy stuff. Polkion fell over. Medwell picked it up. He just pounds a torpedo punt, if you will, out to the outer side. Bouncing ball, foot race on. The captain, McCartan, will get there first for North Ballarat. Off his left foot, try to measure it down the line, and didn't get a great connection on the kick and out on the full. A rare mistake for a guy who's been such a quality player in this competition for a long time now.
Yeah, Leonard presented, but missed the target, missed everything. There's the rebound kick from O'Keefe. Got plenty of it to half forward. Juggling attempted mark from Ryan Polkinghorn was denied. But the umpire says, I'll have it, and he'll ball it up. On half forward, outer side of the ground for Sebastopol. 23 minutes gone third term. Sebastopol 48, lead North Ballarat 39. Tap won by McCallum, but only as far as Cassidy. High up and under kick, shallow entry forward. Hutt presents in front, couldn't take the mark. Wanted the free, denied that by the umpire. Hobbs does the mopping up. Quick hands to Bromley Lynch. It got it to Carey, to Leonard. High left foot kick. Out of trouble, North Ballarat, but the kick's been cut off there by Stowe. On centre wing and an opportunity to rebound the Borough back into attack.
Looks inboard, but the kick's a poor one, but it might work out still. True on the overlap. Gathers, sends a long one inside 50. Key will have 2 to beat in the air. Went to ground early. Umpire wave play on. Ball in dispute. Medwell will pick this one up. Shakes and bake one whoopie tackler. Sends a left foot kick towards the top of the goal square. And fortune favours the brave. Toby Hutt marks directly in front to line up for his third. Again, just get it forward at all costs. It favours the forwards. Hutt will line up for number 3. And a kick that he shouldn't miss from about 15 out.
They've had a pretty ordinary 3 or 4 minutes with ball in hand, North Ballarat. And that's resulted in turnover and a shot on goal here for Hutt.
Hutt will come in. The crowd will do the story for me. No problem. Number 3 for Toby. And he's had a massive turn with a couple of goals. And more importantly, gets that extra bit of separation they've been struggling to get. 8 goals, 654. Now a 15-point margin lead North Ballarat. 5-9-39 here live at the Eastern Oval in the second elimination final.
Toby Hutt with 3 goals for the Borough, 1 each to Matt Austin, James Keeble, Luke Keel, James Richards and Jai Harvey. Whilst for North Ballarat, Jack Riding has 2 goals, 1 each to McCallum, Fletcher Loader and Brock Leonard.
And just as, North Ballarat got back-to-back goals in a couple of minutes, a free kick that, showed a bit of, hunger in the contest for North, results in Sebastopol reassessing some ascendancy in the contest. And as we approach 3/4 time, now a goal either way before we close this term is massive for either side. Sebastopol get another one, could be a 21-point break and maybe a bridge too far for North Ballarat. Whereas if North can get one, it might give them just enough confidence and momentum to try to run over the top. A injury-hampered Sebastopol have had plenty of players, fair to say, underdone in season 2022.
Separation, a timely word used there, Sammy, as the same is going on at McPherson Park as Melton extend to a 24-point lead over Ballarat. They're 10-6-66, Ballarat 6-6-42.
Yeah, they've been undefeated this year at McPherson Park and just started to get their first real scare in the home deck in season 2022, and maybe a nice few harsh words from Aaron Timms at half-time has really rejuvenated the Bloods who want to go all the way this year in the Ballarat Football Netball League.
Yeah, they've kicked the last 4 goals of the game, the Bloods, but more to play out in front of us here at Eastern Oval as McCallum just grabbed it out of the ruck and tumbled the ball forward. Chaos ball, Perks has taken the mark. Well, something out of nothing, quick clearance, get the ball forward quickly, an opportunity more often than not presents, Sammy.
Well, this young kid, Charlie Perks, he came in today with the job on Tony Lockyer as he's done in the past, and Lockyer goes off injured now. He has to play as a creative forward, and the way that he can keep impacting the contest now is with goals and directly in front. 35 has to go back and be successful for North, you'd think, here.
An important kick for Perks in the context of the game. They trail by 15 ahead of the 3/4 time siren. Perks' kick on its way off to the right. Need to make the most of opportunities. They're 5-10 North Ballarat. Sebastopol 8-6, 15 scoring shots to 14, and the one with more is actually behind on the board.
Yeah, scoreboard starting to tell a costly story here. Hutt got the kick in from O'Shea, and Ben Hutt looks across the ground to try to set up a switch. Got a couple of loose ones out there, do the Borough. One of them's Paps. Could have raffled it with O'Keefe. Sends it down the line, looking for Hill, but the kick was ill-directed. Loader, best position marks. Probably would have drifted out in the full if he did it anyway. Comes inboard looking for a target and Spears. O'Shea tried to intercept. That didn't work. True at the back with the hand pass. Found Widgery. Stepped around one tackler, but then was caught the second time. Could have thrown it away. Umpire wave play on. But has infringed with some high contact coming through. Justice made for North Ballarat as they can load up inside 50 through Loader, if you will. Pardon the pun. Dribbles inside 50. Riding, always dangerous. Branbury's hammer. Got support by Ben True. He swept up to the Medwell. Clever knock onto his teammates' advantage. You go back to Medwell. Step back inside. That was wonderful. Off to Cassidy. And he goes through the Borough through the middle. Mark should be taken by Widgery. Off the Veal with the overlap. Kick towards half forward. Vacant area. The dangerous Hutt out to meet it. Comes back inside. Jed Hill. Now he has to think his way through this one. Handballs over top the Drummond. He'll run to 25 and pop it through. End-to-end stuff from the Borough. One wrist through the middle, and it results in a goal for them.
Passage of the day, Sammy.
And a wonderful finish from Dummett again. Didn't panic, took his time, ran his measure. And more importantly for Sebastopol, the scoreboard now reads 9-6-60, taking their opportunities in this quarter especially. Haven't missed in this term, if you don't mind. 5 goals straight.
Perks misses one at one end and, misses out on the opportunity. And Sebastopol combined for their best team goal of the afternoon, making the most of theirs. And the result, well, it's a 20-point lead. 28.5 minutes gone, third term.
The key for North Ballarat is not to panic. Has been the later stage of this term. McCallum wins it down. Polkinghorn couldn't gather. Off the deck went Richard Skates. Vital territory in this contest. Brommy Lynch was always going to be confronted hard by Keeble. Loader at the back. Ball spills free. Here's James Keeble with the hand pass. Umpires picked out a free kick though. It's going the way of North Ballarat as Sebastopol coming through with full ferocity. McCartan will look to steady the ship and go short to his great mate in Ryan Hobbs.
Hobbs, last line of defence for the Borough. For North Ballarat, they're hanging in this third term. They trail by 20 points. They don't want to concede again. Short kick's okay to Jenkins. Inside the North Ballarat defensive 50. Short kick's okay to Polkinghorn. Turns and goes. Right foot kick needs to be good. Found McCallum. They want to be quick here. Through the middle of the ground. Ryan Polkinghorn hits Quick up on the lead. Excellent spoil by Paps because Quick went the chest mark. They got numbers defensive side here. The Borough. And I speak of Hatu with a clearing kick. Short one at that. Finds O'Keefe. On half back, he can steady the ship with just seconds to go in this third term, you'd think.
Yeah, pounds it to half forward, maybe enough time for the Borough. Hill outside from McCallum, got rid of him in the marking contest and saw it out the back. Ball remarkably stayed alive and high contact for keeping it alive for Keeble. Wheels to the left side, send it to centre half forward. Medwell's going to have to go in the air and show good jukes at Bailey Medwell. He marks with what might be all he's got a man on the top. Unforgivable at the back, slipped Liam Stowe. He marks 25 out from goal. I was going to say with the final kick of the term was Medwell. Well, he had an easy option in Stowe directly in front, 25 from goal. And the word around Sebastopol is with this fella, best kick in the side, maybe even in the competition. Let's see if I put the mocker in or not. He'll line up with a crucial kick in the final, maybe the final kick of this term.
Well, he has a point and one on the full so far today.
So Stowe to come in to live up to the billing. And the commentator's curse is in full effect. You put the house on it, I said. You wouldn't roll the dice at all. And he lets me down, does Liam. 9 goals, 6-60, Sebastopol lead. North Ballarat 5-10-40. Hanging by a thread at this point, Todd.
Loader goes long out of defence to half back. Players set themselves. Hobbs couldn't take the mark. And went through his hands, bounced over the line for a boundary throw-in. Outer side half forward for the Borough. They've had a good 5 minutes. They're getting on top here. Latter stages of this third term. Dying minutes. Seconds even. 20-point lead to the Borough. Throw in. It's on half forward for the Borough. It's out one by McCallum. Meant for Leonard. Ended up in the hands of McCartan, who grabbed a ball about 15 metres to his side to Leonard. Quick hands. Found Toos. Went to the space. Got to Quick on the bounce. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Toos, I think. And he'll go along the line to half forward. Chatfield the target. Ushered his man under the body. Off the ball. Gained some space. Squaring kick was good to Timms. To Spears. Took on the would-be tackler. Tackle taken to the ground. Lucky to get away with it. Cassidy threw the ball onto the boot. Clearing kick at that. Bounced, leg braked away from Polkinghorn to the safety of the boundary line. And there'll be a throw-in 60 metres around from the North Ballarat goal.
And the only thing I can think of was Spears was worried about going back to set shot for distance, wanted to go quickly and ran himself into trouble, went to pull up at the end, but it was too late then, lucky to get away with it. And still a chance though for maybe North Ballarat here. Quick kick and a mark maybe. McCallum grabbed it out of the air, wrapped up immediately. Stoppage's result, 60 from goal, 32 minutes, by far the longest term this afternoon at the Eastern Oval. Stowe went early. McCallum, though, with the bigger fist, got it down. Stolen away by Cassidy. Flips over top to the running man in Hill. He draws a man forward so Medwell can gather. Stops and cross. Shakes and bakes, if you will. And got away from the whoopee tackler. Sends it inside 50. Looking for Hart! Double backed on Hobbs. He's kicked 3. Toby Hart will line up for number 4 directly in front and maybe even put the game beyond doubt as we approach three-quarter time.
Jed Hill's run and carry today has been terrific. He's been one of the few players that have been able to break lines. And yeah, his running ability's been very important and had a significant impact on this 20-point advantage to the Borough as Hutt will shoot for goal number 4.
I'll let the crowd do the work for me here at the Eastern Oval. Hutt comes in. Goal umpire does not move a millimetre.
Sebastopol well on top here at Eastern Oval. They extend. Hutt gets his 4th. The Borough get their 10th and their 6th of the term. They're 10-6-66. They lead North Ballarat 5-10-40.
That's been the thing with Toby Hutt all year. He just has these bursts, has these quarters where he can really put the game on his back. Did it last week in the round 18 clash against Ballarat in the 3rd term there and got them going back in the contest with a couple of goals. And this term has booted 3 himself. And maybe that one at the 33-minute mark, the nail in the coffin for North Ballarat season. Who knows? We'll see how it unfolds here at the Eastern Oval.
33.5 minutes gone. Ball up. Tap won by... It might have been Richards there at opportunity here for Cassidy's wild hand pass towards broadcast centre wing. Arts was strong. Quick hands to low over towards Quick, who went inside 50 looking for riding. Couldn't take the mark. Chance for O'Shea to do the mopping up. Quick hands for good to Hart, who went short. And dumb it. He can just slow it up here for the Borough. Well, the siren will decide that. 3/4 time here at Eastern Oval. Sebas kicked 6 goals straight for the term, if you don't mind, after a fairly sort of indifferent return on the accuracy front in that first half. They're now well ahead of the ledger. They're 10-6-66. They lead North Ballarat 5-10-40. Of course, North Ballarat adding just 3 goals, 4 for the term.
Yeah, and for Sebastopol, well, the goal kickers, Toby Hutt, 4 goals, 3 in that quarter was the difference. Harvey's got 1, Richards with 1, Dummett, Keel, Keeble and Austin. Whilst for North Ballarat, Riding has a couple, McCullum, Loader and Leonard, their goal kickers so far.
Melton lead Ballarat at 3/4 time, 10-7-67. The Swans 6-6-42. So a 25-point lead to the Bloods. We've got a similar story going on here. Sebastopol lead North Ballarat by 26 points ahead of the final quarter. So we'll take a break and we'll be back in 5 minutes' time for one team's final quarter of the season. Sammy?
Yes,
He kicked 3 goals. And we're set to get played away for the final term.
Richards went early, got a fingertip on it to the ground. Cassidy came through, left it behind. Chatfield's been injected to the midfield to get his game going, being very quiet for his illustrious dance this afternoon. Big ticks to O'Keefe in defence. Wore him like a glove. We're back underway. McCullum wins us down. North Ballarat have to act quick, you think, in this contest to be any chance as Widgery goes over the top. Keeble went without it. Bromley Lynch gives it off. Now Riding on the overlap. Did get away from the whoopie tackle. Good smother by Richards. Polkinghorn, though, had something to say. Stepped around Austin and sends it towards full forward. They swung Hobbs to full forward, if you don't mind. Snowden with a great fist brought it to ground. Still a chance here now for Quick. Left foot snap is good. And that's the start the Roosters want it.
Bit of brilliance from Quick. Clean hands below the knees. Excellent finish to get his first. And North Ballarat going forward again for the 4th quarter in a row, inside 50 in a score.
Caught in the play there, Ryan Hobbs, the full forward, just to try and get another target down there. Made a contest. Snowden brought it to ground, which was his option as a defender, and then Quick, very clever. You can see why he was their leading goal kick going into this game for season 2022. Because when he gets a sniff, he always splits the sticks.
The goal to Quick ends a run of 4 unanswered from the Borough. They trailed by 20 points. Ball up, tap one by McCallum. Next clearance, all important. There's going to be a trip here paid to Polkinghorn, and he'll get back-to-back clearances played on to Riding through the quagmire. Left foot kick across the body, hopeful rather than anything else. The spoil was good from Paps, was almost as good as a kick. Running on to it was Chatfield, a half forward, cop one over the shoulder. Oh, Ping for holding the ball. Most unlucky there, Chatfield, and O'Shea will take the free kick.
Yeah, maybe just slightly slipped, which saved the tackler and O'Shea. He came across and found Paps. Sorry, that's O'Keefe, my apologies, with the footy, and he'll go short to find Hutt of the Ben variety. Brother obviously been superb with 3 goals in that last quarter for the Borough. He'll load a long ball and just thump it towards half forward. Stowe will be the last one to arrive. North Borough get a fist in there through Loverson, who sees it out of play, and we'll get a ball in between the half forward and centre wing on the outer side for Sebastopol, who have been able to respond every time the challenge, the gauntlet, if you will, has been thrown down towards them this today. North Borough throwing their final shot here in the latter stages of the last term.
Boundary throw in, McCullum won that tap through traffic. Carey caught one over the shoulder. Umpire agreed this time. and he'll take the free kick on halfback. So he wanted to go short to Reining. Now let's go to the further option there in Arts, but Austin cuts across. So too Loader took a juggling mark at the end, wasted no time playing on. Got it to Bromley Lynch, who kicked a half forward quick with courage. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level, keeping their feet there with the Ballarat defence. If he paps across the body, can he keep it in? He can't. Out of bounds on the full true centre wing broadcast side. North Ballarat will send the ball back through Ryan Polkinghorn.
Here they come. North Ballarat just bringing the fight up to the contest. Polkinghorn plays on, sends it towards centre half forward, looking for McCartan. Fist there by Hutt, brought it to ground. Quick try to spin out of the tackle, couldn't do so. Umpire will have decisions to make here now and says, give it to me. I'll throw it in the air just inside the paint for North Ballarat. 3.5 minutes gone in the final term.
That was some better pressure from the North Ballarat forwards to lock it in their front half.
Richards and McCallum continue the battle. Neutrally one down, just fisted out there by Keeble. Nash, confronted by Widgery. Widgery stuck to the task, did well not to slip high in the tackle, and creates another stoppage. Gaining a few metres or so, a little bit of territory for Sebas as they move from defensive 50 to just outside 50. And once again, Richards and McCallum will go to battle. Fisted forward there by Richards in the end. Chatfield lurks. Keeble came out with him with ferocity, brought him to ground, ball came free. Polkinghorn jumped on. Chatfield slow to get up from the big crunching tackle from Keeble, but we'll get a ball up on true centre wing on the broadcast side.
Yeah, he looked a bit hurt there. Chatfield slow to get to his feet. But he's okay, just in a bit of distress. McCallum's thump went straight into the face of Keeble. Doing the sharking there was Cassidy with a high up and under towards half forward. Nice cut-off mark taken there by Loader. Been good today for North Ballarat. Quick hands towards Carey, who got it to Loverson. Right foot kick towards the outer side centre wing. Foot race on in earnest. It's McCartan and Hutt. McCartan with the advantage. Gathers. Right foot kick inside 50. Outstretched hands of O'Keefe. Couldn't reel in the mark. Some disappointed forwards there. Hobbs one of those. Perks too. And there'll be a boundary throw-in. 49 metres around from the North Ballarat goal.
Still a chance here, North Ballarat. Don't you worry about that. Ball back in the field of play. Richards was got rid of by McCallum. Now the dangerous quick. Bromley Lynch left it behind. Sliding was riding. Wasn't rewarded. Ball in dispute. Sebas happy to hold things off and even at this point take a few seconds off the clock. We'll do them all the favours in the contest here.
Hats off to the umpires today. They've been good.
We have noticed them. That's been the main thing here in the commentary box. As big fist this time by McCallum. Sharked by Paps. Sends it to a vacant centre wing here on the broadcast side. Foot races on. Medwell the fastest to get there. Gets his kick away, but it's off the outside of the boot. And it's out in the full, and North Ballarat through Jenkins will load up once again. Sebas really unable to penetrate into their own half at this point. Good territorial dominance by North as riding marks and true centre wing. Wheels to go and bites a kick off in the corridor. Hutt will have 3 beat there. Brought it to ground. Numbers prevail. Nash sends it out to the vacant side. Kicks off the instep though. O'Shea got an unkind bounce. McCart with a hand pass off to Quick. He sends a left foot kick inside 50. But again, who to? True in the hole takes the mark and he swings out wide and finds O'Shea on the other side.
So O'Shea will steady for Sebastopol. Play on by hand to Veal. Left foot kick along the line to outer side centre wing. It's been cut off there by Nash. Can rebound here. Short kick's okay. And it's Curran with ball in hand. Attacking side of centre wing. Outer side of the ground. Right foot kick inside 50. Hobbs got it. No juggling attempt. Umpire call play on. Ball at ground level. Cassidy went to the voice of Dummett. Just missed him. Allowed Leonard into the contest. Went by hand to Arts, who went searching for Spears. Didn't get the journey. Turnover opportunity here. Veal tumbling their foot kick to outer side centre wing. Loverson was good. And then tackled but managed to get the hand pass away. Fell into the hands of Carey, who got it to Bromley Lynch over the middle. Right foot kick off balance. Out of the quagmire. Poor kick cut off by True. And he'll get the Borough out of trouble.
Yeah, short pass to find Austin, who just slows it up, has Cassidy breaking for him. Now he's called the goal. Jenkins just opts to corral, back to True, back to Austin. Just dumps it down the line. Keel's going to come from the side. Brought the ground by North Ballarat. Dummett was waiting. Off to the speedster and Medwell. He flips it over the top towards half forward. Keel gets it. Gives it at the back. Here's Harvey. If it just sits up for him in the pocket, he'll have a shot on goal. Didn't get a kind bounce, and in the end, he ran out of real estate as it went out of play. Could be an opportunity to shut the gate for North Ballarat's season and here in the Ballarat Football Netball League, but was not to be, as we'll get a ball in 30 from goal, inside 50 for Sebastopol, where they'll happily have it for the remainder of the game if they could.
No bang for buck with ball in hand. North Ballarat with the opening 7.5 minutes of footy in this final term. They've just kicked the one goal. Clearing kick out of defence has been cut off there by Paps, who's been better than serviceable today, Sammy. So Paps with ball in hand on half forward. Sends Sebastopol back into attack. Up the target, sets himself, couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. North Ballarat got numbers through Nash, who got it to Fletcher Loader. Back to Bromley Lynch with the left foot kick. It's been cut off and the mark's been taken there by... Might be Widgery, is it?
Yeah, it is Widgery who just floated in from the side there. But again, a hurried, poor kick out of the fence by North Ballarat. Into a turnover zone. I know they got the game on the line, but you just got to be smarter with where you exit sometimes, and they haven't been this afternoon, not for the first time, coughed it up inside their own defence.
Bit of perceived pressure, as they say, and that's credit to Sebastopol for being very good in that area for the best part of the afternoon.
Widgery, who started as a forward his career in the Ballarat Footy League, put on some size, went to the midfield. Now an opportunity to see if he remembers that forward craft. Kicks off the outside of the boots and won't register a score. It's out in the full. And reprieve for North Ballarat, who Nash will go through quickly. Finds Loader, pumps it down the middle to 5-on-0 if you don't mind. Picked out O'Keefe, who marks 70 from goal. Again, exiting to a danger zone when nobody was home. And O'Keefe loads up a bomb towards the top of the goal square. We'll look for the likes of Keeble from the side. Big fist there by North Ballarat, brought it to ground. And Carey will just see it over the line. A ball in deep inside 50 for Sebastopol. Here at the Eastern Oval, it's 10 goals, 6-66. A reverse scoreline, if you will, for North Ballarat, 6-10-46 trails at the minute.
Yeah, next goal will just about be an nail in the coffin for North Ballarat. They need to go coast to coast here. Time ticking away. Near 10 minutes gone. Final term. Chance for McCallum. Just wrestles the ball out of the ruck contest. Got it to half back. Knocked forward there by Quick. Only as far as Snowden. The rebound's on here. Right foot kick from O'Keefe. Just sat it up and the kick was fine. And found Veal just inside the boundary line. Stretching the Eastern Oval to its perimeters as he concedes ground with a 45 kick. Back to Paps. It was okay. He's got Banbury alone in the middle. Can go to him. Elects to go more direct though, in the direction of Keel. Keeble in front, got it! Keeble's taken a classic. Just came in from the side, took a nice, well, what was uncontested in the end, made look easier than what it was as he read it off the boot and just cruised in front of Loader and took a nice overhead mark.
Yeah, well called there, Todd, but actually the complexity of that mark, he was running at full tilt as well, and to get up at its highest point and bring that down, and this kick here, well, it's the match in my book if Keeble can go back and convert. Goal kicking is not necessarily something that he's been, accurately anyway, he's had his problems, as so many good forwards do. I mean, they would take the marks, but can't convert on the score sheet as much as they would like. This, though, tightish angle, at a big moment. And sometimes he can live up to the moment. Kick is on its way, and he certainly does. Have they booked their place in the semi-final, Sebastopol? Well, I probably think so now. 11 goals, 672, thanks to James Keeble. Second, kicks them clear. Back to that game-high 26-point margin, Todd.
Yeah, Sebastopol's first goal of the final term. But they're just defending the game really well at the moment. And Keeble, bit of class again, rising to the top just to break up the arm wrestle of sorts in this final term with a clutch goal.
I'd just like to see North Ballarat even, the numbers forward the footy, like we just saw with, the loose players in defence for Sebastopol, Branbury, Paps, and O'Keefe. They're just too easy to read in the game and just slingshotting the ball back into play.
They just don't break lines, North Ballarat. There's the tap one by Richards to Hill, who's been good today. He's been one of the line breakers of the afternoon, really. His run and carry with ball in hand's been influential right throughout the majority of the game. And there'll be a reset, a ball up on the attacking side of the middle of the ground here for Sebastopol to be Richards and McCallum. McCallum won that tap. Only as far as Austin, who was dispossessed, and Veal picked up the crumbs before he was tackled, taken to the ground, and there'll be a ball up. So a goal apiece in this final term here. Tick over 12 minutes gone final term. Sebastopol lead by 26 points.
Loader trying to get something going. Hill and Bromwich Lynch fight for that one in the air. Umpire will neutrally say, I'll throw it in the air. And not enough for a man who's probably won the hitouts game to see Cam McCallum just get that big fist in and gain 15-20 metres to advantage for North Ballarat. That might be the time now as he caresses this one down to Leonard. He gets the clearance towards half forward. Crone got a nice fist and brought it to ground. Hill confronted by Loader and got one over the shoulder. In first and rewarded, Jed Hill. As we said, being one of the Borough's best. Featured in Michael Searle's best 7 times this season, if you don't mind. And that kick will find his great mate in Jack Branbury here on centre wing. Just defensive side on the broadcast side. Can go back to Paps. And time on the side of the Borough. Just trying to set the switches, maybe O'Keefe. Hugo will take his time. Been a good move into the fence to replace Lockyer. That kick was a bullet towards Veal. Nice fist there by Polkinghorn, got it away. Branbury, though, picked this one up and just said, I'm dumping it down the line. Bouncing ball. Loverson, confronted by Hutt. Chicken wings type tackle, has the arm pinned. Not a prior opportunity, one would have thought, and the umpire agrees with me with a stoppage now. The attacking side seeming on the broadcast side.
Yeah, Melton with a 25-point lead over Ballarat, but no scores updated in the last 28 minutes, so still a watch this space there as McCallum just thumped it out of the air, only as far as Austin with a high up and under kick towards Stowe, who set himself, but the spoil from Jenkins was okay. To the safety of the boundary line, there'll be a throw in.
Just looking at Lockyer, and I mean, we've obviously talked about his injury, now on the crutches with the ice around the ankle. He's going to be in doubt, you would think, for next week's big game, which is looking likely from the scores we've seen the way against Melton.
Boundary throw in, chance here for Widgery, been in and under all day. Polkinghorn's tried hard, bailed up by Austin. Ball ended up between his legs, and the umpire's pinged him, if you don't mind. So a rare holding the ball decision today. So it'll be Austin with ball in hand, been good. Like most of the Borough today. Right foot kick goes to the pocket. A Mark Andor stoppage they'll be happy with. Tutt sets himself, couldn't take the juggling attempt. So they got the latter preference, albeit a stoppage deep forward. 25 metres around from the Borough goal. We've been playing 14 and a half minutes in this final term. Sebastopol 11-6-72, lead North Ballarat 6-10-46.
We're back underway inside 50 for Sebas. McCallum says, I'm taking this out of the air. Pounds it out of the fence. Hutt and Chatfield. Ben Hutt did well. Got it to ground to O'Keefe. Gives off to Paps. Dumps it back inside forward 50. Stowe in best position at the back. Loader at the front. Couldn't bring it down for North Ballarat. Might be a stoppage coming out of this. About 25 out from goal. Pack of players. You probably throw a blanket on about 15 there inside defensive 50. Ball up here. 15 minutes gone. Final term action. Richards and McCallum. McCallum again wins it down. Quick kick out of contest, if you don't mind, off the ground. Came by Sebastopol. Looks like Harvey trying to make something out of nothing. He missed away to the left anyway. 11-7-73. Now leads 6-10-46 at the Eastern Oval.
Just time to play out here in this final term, you'd think. Match-winning 27-point advantage to the Borough. North Ballarat, who lost 4 of their last 5 games heading in, will now be 5 of 6 and a disappointing end. They've had a tough draw though. They've played the other top 6 teams twice this year. Only East Point was the other side in the competition to do so this year. But minor premiers in 2021 and first out in 2022, you'd think. There's the ball in. McCallum been on the end of most of those boundary throw-ins. Loader through traffic, bailed up. Umpire, he's pinged him for holding the ball. So just when they've played 1 today, that's 2 in 3 minutes. And it'll be Cassidy, who's hasn't given up the fight all day. Been important for Sebastopol, especially in tight. He just sits it up. So players set themselves here. Nearly a mark to Stowe. Ball at ground level. Carey. Hand passes to the goal square. Bromley Lynch has got time. Gets a good bounce. Hand pass. Made difficult there was, might have been Loverson, was it? Right foot kick towards half back. Cut off there by Paps. They'll send the Boroughs back into attack.
The blue ball across here in the fence for Sebastopol.
Yeah, well described.
Perhaps could have had O'Keefe if he willed, if he wanted to, but we'll just dump it back inside 50. Get the high flyers no chance. Maybe one for the highlight reel. Arriving late for Stowe again, couldn't mark. Medwell to try to throw in the boot. In the end, got back to him, handballed him back into contest. North Borough in defence through Nash. Will stream out of there. Takes 1 bounce, and now a second bounce in defence 50 if you don't mind. Nowhere to go though. Sebas very well set up down the line. Has to think their way through here through Carey. Goes back to Nash. Tries to draw the man. Piercing ball was a good one. McCartney couldn't hang on. He comes back inside to Riding. Nothing at home. Spears. Hot on his hammer as O'Keefe. O'Shea ducked the head and got away. And got one over the shoulder for his liking as well. So free kick to Sebastopol as the real sting of this contest is starting to go out of it. With Sebastopol really holding the ball in their forward half at the minute. O'Shea comes out to the vacant wing where Austin's in plenty of space.
Austin with ball in hand, wastes no time, goes short. Speaking of wasting time, they're quite happy to do that at the moment, Sebastopol. No hurry at all as Toby Hutt goes short along the line to Dummett, who's on half forward. 18 minutes gone, Sebastopol lead by 27 points here. So Dummett with ball in hand. Just inside the boundary line on half forward, high up and under kick. Looking there towards Hart, front position, couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Polkinghorne, quick hands to Leonard, who's kept trying. But again, the blue wall prevails and it's Pabst again to rebound. So their ball use has been pretty ordinary today for the most part, North Ballarat. They'll be disappointed with that. Their intensity and pressure's been good, but their execution of the fundamentals poor.
Again, a long one to a hot spot. Off hands, waiting now is Ben Hart. Snapper in the body. Gets in front of the faithful and says, we'll see you next week against Melton from the sound of things for the goal there.
Queue up at the Barbara fans. You're heading into week 2 of the finals. And they extend to a convincing 33-point lead over North Ballarat, 12-7-79. North Ballarat a 6-10-46. And a goal to Hutt. Nice finish.
And it just shows again like that consistency across the board for Sebastopol. Like you can't pick a weak league this afternoon. It's been a real team, 22-man performance and just another underrated sort of source. And Ben Hart getting on the score sheet and I guess solidifying his spot in the 22 with a nice finish to seal the game here at the Eastern Oval.
Sebastopol with just their second goal of the fourth term, but they certainly opened the game up in that third quarter with 6 goals. There's McCallum out of the middle of the ground, hacks it towards half forward. Quick, hopeful rather than anything else, just knocked it over his shoulder. Hobbs presented in front, chance here for Chatfield through traffic. Quick hands, only as far as Banbury. Rebound kick to outside centre wing. It's been cut off by Nash, who's been one of North Ballarat's best. He's kicked to half forward. Quick drop what he should have taken. Rebound opportunity here for the Borough. They go along with the right boot towards half forward. And knocking the ball was Ryan Polkinghorne to the safety of the boundary line. Found it. And there'll be a boundary throw in outside half forward for Sebastopol. 20 minutes gone, final term. Sebastopol lead by 33 points.
Junk/party time for Borough fans here. For the third time this season, they'll beat North Ballarat. As Bromwell Lynch goes out the back and finds Jenkins. Inboard to Leonard. Just measured one to Spears, who was backing back, was able to mark. Low kick going forward. Set a task for Hobbs, but he picked up nicely, gave it off to Spears, who was run down and just shoveled it forward more than anything. Tough foot to be picked up in these tight conditions. Spills out in the contest. Keel just kept it moving more than anything. Sebas by hand trying to find on the back there was Keeble. Didn't quite get there. Riding, lurking. Veal with the hand pass again just to a teammate who was flat-footed. North Ballarat through Spears. Go inboard back to Riding. Spins on a dime, handballs to In Hope more than anything, quick. Got a nice move on, left foot snap, and hits the post.
Story of the day for North Ballarat. Another missed opportunity. Forward craft terrific from Quick, couldn't get the job done.
And Hutt wants to go quickly and find Pabst, who, no doubt in my mind, will get number 10 in the best under Michael Searle this season. He's been super. Started forward, went back, and his composure's been real catalyst in the victory this afternoon. Hutt at fullback gets it in return and comes across defensive 50 to find Keel. Chips it over top and finds O'Keefe. And he's second off the clock now is goal for the Borough. 32 points to the leaders here. O'Keefe, well, in the end, tried to get around the left foot. Nearly missed his bootlaces, if you don't mind. More of a dumping kick by Austin, it's just a space than anything. North Ballarat some numbers behind the footy. Should be able to rebound, kick inboard to the big man McCallum Marks on centre wing.
just tumbled through his Borough opponent. The old-fashioned torpedo punt kick inside 50. Hobbs the target, couldn't take the mark. Who's at ground level? True was one of those. Hurried left foot kick. Veal gathered cleanly, turned his player inside out, and they kept running the Borough. Ball ended up in the hands of Widgery from half forward. Inside 50, open forward line. Keeble couldn't take the mark. How will it bounce? Favoured Bromley Lynch. Numbers to prevail here, and North Ballarat will get out of trouble through Carey. Short kick's okay, and Polkinghorne took a mark on half back. Wasted no time, moving it forward to Riding, or dangerous hand pass to Curran, tackled, taken to the ground. How will the umpire adjudicate? No prior, ball up.
Yeah, well called there, Todd. I mean, again, moving the game on, North Ballarat trying to make something happen, but nowhere to go was Curran, and the push and shove comes into it, and unfortunately for North Ballarat fans and Curran, he's given away the free kick, and just at this point, unnecessary, because Keel will just send it across the field and find a target. Veal breaking towards half forward. Again, being just so consistent this season for the Borough, as it's really getting on it in the middle of the ground here, so we'll keep a close eye on that as Veal goes inside 50, but Loader, too strong in the marking contest, held on this occasion and comes across to Carey. North Ballarat work it by hand. McCartan goes inboard, Riding should mark and does. Comes across defensive 50 with the kick, although as the umpire off the field, off the ball, picked out a free kick. So it's going to come back to North Ballarat on the far side of the ground. So just
let off an opportunity to execute, but it's another poor kick. Put Spears under the pump. Finally gathered, got it to Chatfield. Right foot kick to outer side centre wing was a good one. And a rarity at that for North Ballarat in the last half an hour. Right foot kick along the line, meant for Carey. Couldn't take the mark. Tackle was terrific from Hobbs. And he's been justly rewarded. Outer side centre wing. And the key back, who's gone forward for the most part of the second half, has ball in hand. Started the game very well, but they did have to move the magnets around to get something done. At least he's provided an aerial target. Plays on, goes by hand to Riding. I'm not sure how much better off they were with that. So from a standing start, he just threw the ball onto the boot. The kick was smothered, and again, a failing of the fundamentals for North Ballarat. There'll be a ball up, centre wing out of side of the ground.
And again, it's just looking to kick and hope at this point. I think they're out of answers. Sebastopol have set themselves up behind the footy just all so well, and really going to earn the victory this afternoon here at the Eastern Oval in the second elimination final. Going early with Stowe and just ran through McCallum in the ruck and didn't touch it, but the umpire waved play on, and that push and shove with Cam McCallum continues. No love lost between these two arch rivals, if you will, traditional rivals in this competition.
Update at McPherson Park. Melton lead Ballarat by 6 goals, 12 minutes into the last quarter.
So time would suggest will be Sebastopol and Melton doing battle next week, which means Ballarat will face the winner of tomorrow's game between Darley and East Point. Back underway here, virtually opposite from our broadcast position on the outer side. Again, neither ruckman touch are too worried about each other, if you don't mind. Ball in dispute, Crone coming through, couldn't gather for Sebas. Now Austin dumps it down the line, but nobody home. Mark taken by Nash, inboard off to Carey. He goes off to Riding on his preferred side. Kick inside 50 is a good one to Hobbs. One by Snowden, brought it to ground. Quick was waiting down to fall the pack though. Left foot kick will go towards the goal face, and numbers are back in True, who again Mr. Consistent, Mr. Reliable in defence marks.
Took a nice mark running back with the flight. Finds O'Shea on the exit kick, who goes further afield looking there towards O'Keefe. Ball was spoiled there by Quick. Ball at ground level. Paps was terrific. Got it to O'Keefe and kept running. Chance here for Hill. He told to slow it down by Midwell. And indeed he will. So he's not to rush. Hill been terrific today. And finally plays on. Right foot kick out wide to half forward. Richards, the target, couldn't take the mark. Hobbs tried hard all day. As soon as he gathered, he was tackled and taken to the ground. Before the umpire says, I'll have it, there'll be a ball up. Some 60 metres away from the Sebastopol goal. 26 minutes gone, final term. Sebastopol lead by 32 points on their way to a well-deserved win here at Eastern Oval.
Can't be long left in this final term as North Ballarat will come away with it. Toos, who started lively but has faded since. Got it off to Carey. Wrong side and tries to step back in towards the corridor. It's a nice kick. Finds Arts.
Been okay, Carey, today.
Arts with it. Come towards centre wing. It's academic, of course, from here. A nice kick will find Bromley Lynch. Takes the mark and plays on. Pounds it inside 50. Looking for the captain, McCartan. Brought it to ground. Maybe a consolation goal for North Ballarat season coming up. Good tackle, brought it to ground. And Sebastopol exit. Paps out towards the broadcast side. Should find O'Keefe. Was touched off the boots, so not paid the mark. North Ballarat were onto that and brought the ball into dispute and into a ball up at half forward.
So a 2-on-1 in favour of Sebastopol, and then the next 3 players were North Ballarat players. So just the work rate of Sebastopol alone tells another story.
As McCallum again will knock this down, fist it forward by O'Keefe towards the boundary line. Bounce inside towards Carey now for North Ballarat. Leonard off to Loader. Inside 50 he goes, but outnumbered. Riding did well to get a fist in there, and Sebastopol now forced to send it. That will do it. That's the final siren here at the Eastern Oval. Sebastopol, well, deserving victors in the second elimination final. 12 goals, 7-79, defeating North Ballarat 6 goals, 11-47. And Todd, you've got a story with the goal kickers to go through.
Indeed, for the winners for Sebastopol, Toby Hart finished with 4, including 3 in that third term to break the game open when the Borough, who led by just 3 points early on in that third term, extended on the back of those 3 goals to Hutt. He finished with 4. James Keeble 2, 1 each to Matt Austin, Ben Hutt, Luke Keel, Chase Dummett and Jai Harvey and James Richards. Whilst for North Ballarat, tough day in front of the goals. Jack Riding finished with 2, 1 each to Jamie Quick, Cam McCullum, Fletcher Loader and Brock Leonard.
Curtains for North Ballarat this season. They will bow out this afternoon, and for Sebastopol, well, they've booked themselves a double chance. An opportunity to go straight through the grand final if they're victorious next week, but also a preliminary final if they lose awaits them. They'll be in the final 3 at least in season 2022, trying to back up for 2019, and of course they made the grand final and couldn't quite go that next step.
I think they won all the key areas of the game, defensive pressure, and most importantly the execution of the ball by hand and by foot. They were much better than North Ballarat today, and as a result were able to hit the scoreboard and go on to record a resounding 32-point win in the end. A most entertaining game under blue skies for the most part here. Of course, all the action today brought to you by Red Onion and the vision by the Clutch app. So a big thank you to our broadcast partners, and a big thank you to you, Sammy Young. We don't really need to worry about the votes because it's all about what side progresses, but there's certainly a handful of players from both sides that could be acknowledged today. I'll do Sebastopol, mate. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of time to go through North Ballarat's, but Paps was very good. Connor O'Shea in the first half was influential. Cassidy, he was never far away from the contest. Lockyer was important early. Of course, he went off with an ankle. It's now ice and he's on crutches. Watch this space there. Toby Hutt, the star in that third quarter, kept presenting forward, whilst Matt Austin and Jed Hill, well, they were the line breakers of the afternoon. They were terrific along with Hugo Paps. For North Ballarat, Sammy?
Yeah, it was a workman's-like performance in the midfield, the likes of Leonard and Polkinghorne battled hard and probably kept the game within reach at times, in and under for them. Loader tried as well in both defence and also Fletcher in the midfield, and there was flashes from the likes of Jack Riding that just had moments to make this game really special. But again, he's kicked 2 goals, 3 for the afternoon. If that's 4-1 or 5 straight, it might be a different story we're talking about at the end of the game's closure here. So again, a missed opportunities and a missed opportunity in season 22 for who were probably the flag favourites going into this year, North Ballarat.
Yep, in a nutshell, the deserved team won today, and that was Sebastopol. They progress. They'll meet Melton next week. 12-7, 79 Sebastopol have defeated North Ballarat 6-11, 47. It's curtains for North Ballarat, and it's progress semi-final time for the Borough. So on behalf of Sammy Young and myself, we bid you all a very good afternoon. We trust you enjoy the coverage, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for Darley v East Point in elimination final 1 from the City Oval.